piano ye nyina ye boa na ya chechire ye my Ghana ye de my Ghana agina ye na ya hwese oman no ebetumpon na konanim de wo ye no senye papa de agai ai tokro na wo sem no be a wo bia no de wo ye ne enye papa de agai ba se ye papa de a ene onua yire hoen na epim ko onim na eye de wo ye ni ye se be ye na ye man ne be fa ntuma papa de efra so wo mre no a no miensa abapa ho sima eye dungotwe no miensa abapa ho sima dungotwe ebraso se yede muntie bramo muntie dwumedie ebramo ewo owia television so owia television so owia na sren owia na pie nko ade ebuzanfo yire se den a yebeba na yaba besom enneso so eye April bosome no ne da edikan enti from anopane de wa obeye no ya ye wo profu ni bibia na de ahye ho osusu wa wanya obi na wamfa anwe no na wafa ne saa metame akoa bi na me ye ya na se meditintam kami kaniti so kane ne nka otimi sumo obi aha ne akra ana aha ne kumase na wasoma no ana ze otimi uma me frɛ wo na se ni se na wokɔ na fe wonkomra na se ntisa ene ejak one wudi o nkanka ne se bia bebi a wosoma no na se bebi a ma ne koba ene emutwi kakra na je se waso akwakoye hye ene eye 1st April abusafo enye April Fool program ye de bremo eye real so they say enye eye April Fool program ye de ba eye real sene de bia ye tenase no miensa e de kosi no nsia no aha ye tenase muntie adwumedie so from Monday to Friday yera April mono enche ye de Saturday mornings edition abebremo Saturday morning de no ye de ebebremo ewo Owia television so enche kra won se eye promo no etwegu ewo Owia TV so me de ade na ya bo amamfo from Libya Boga Dominic Akubuaten Akosua Somua Kukua Veronica Jando ya Grace Simon ene Buzi team ni nyina na etamechi awie ya be bia wo bia na yetimi aba na yaba besomwo obetima kan ho so our social media platforms ni nyina so oko Facebook wa Owia TV oko Facebook ado ahwehwe yen Owia TV na oko YouTube so a ye streaming live wo Owia TV ene Owia TV official Owia TV ene Owia TV official YouTube there odo ma no wa subscribe so na wa bia saa alarm button bi na wo honom no enti ye start program no a na je say ama notification no wa hu say Owia no epie a esren den na oko TikTok so a eye Owia TV official hoso so no eye follow yen so ti ase follow yen hodomo na hoso so ye streaming live a nsema ye didi hu nkobo no betimi de wadwenche no nsusuye aba ede afa ho say your WhatsApp a eye 0243 220044 0243220044 WhatsApp message ne text message a opese ode ba no ode fa hono mo a ye be kenkan ede amount ya transi bio awie a ye di eye muntie dwumedie ho enkomo na empenifo be ka me ho awie ama ya dwendwene Ghana ho no empenifo be ka me ho awie ama ya dwendwene Ghana ho no enie so ho empenifo a ebe kame ho awie ama ya dwendwene Ghana ho no enie ora Robert Dambo the Asante Regional Secretary ema PNC People's National Convention on the Asante Regional Secretary ede ema wonum Robert Dambo eba be kame ho ewudwumedi so ama ya dwendwene Ghana ho Moro Yakubu so part of the NDC Asante Regional Communication Team. NDC Communication Team no ebzafo oka ho Moro Yakubu so no eba be kan ho na watena se na yedi enkomo na Dr. Keskin Ousupoku eka the NPP Asante Regional Communication Team ho ema enei osre NPP etwa hene ne yesi ahene no so mo emfa tumi ma no na omeye the Asante Regional Communications Director of NPP Dr. Keskin Ousupoku eso ebekan ho awie ama yatrase na yedidi enkomo ewo muntie dwumedie eso yenkomo no ebedoso na se ne emunim no de bia se ye bɛtena se na yedi nkomo ama ososo do wadwenkyerɛ ene onsusu questions ene o suggestions aba yedi ka bo bonsem no so hu nsɛm bi a asisie the last 24 hours the last few hours in nsɛm a asisie ebi wono ma wate ne deda na wote ye no wantiriye obepenkyere mu bepentiase enu nti ma yede ebro no ebi ososo a wonte so hu na ya chechire mu say the last few hours de esie enie ene de edi animu so a ebenyina no na ya boso ama ohu sene ensem no esi etie na yenhyase emfa eye emrasebe gefiem na emrasebe gefiem a ye kwhyase ede efre no minority omo parliament e de atoja se omo de enhyehye bi ekọ omo kwakọ file a private member bill omo a private member bill ekọ parliament na the omo ye ne say gold board emra ye de eti gold board e de establish gold board no omo efi se emu na ho no papa omo fi se ntokuru bi e de dada baabi a emakwan madwirim eni sikedie ekoso e gold board omo edwumedi a omo edie mu gold board so no honom na yera same jamfi eye peni kwanchefo edano no enti owura kodwo oponkroma emrasebe geni owo emrasebe gefie ma dehia ewo ofo ayire bi ene minority MPs no ekeka ne emese ni no mo akọ parliament e the private member bill akọ na omo akọ sisa gold board emra omo de establish ye ni yenti nchichemu a minority no kodwo oponkroma any new MPP for edema.
Read a lot of suggestions that listen, this program we started it, we know the loopholes, we know the gaps. For example, don't mix the role of the regulator with the role of the trader, because if you do, you may end up funding regulatory functions in ways that you shouldn't. We also offered various suggestions, including the definition of what they called hoarding, part of which affects, GLS. Some of those bits of advice were listened to, but in the end, a good chunk of it was literally all thrown away. And that is how come you are left with this one. So now the government is having to, as part of regulatory functions, pay a bonus to the gold dealers so that they don't smuggle the gold. But if you're going to have to pay a bonus to discourage people from smuggling, you're going to lose money. And that's how come, as Leader was mentioning, the government is now admitting that for every $10 million that the Bank of Ghana releases to Gold Board to go and buy gold for them, 15% of it doesn't come back. It goes into all sorts of charges, handling charges, assaying charges, bonus and other things. So there are a number of things that are, in our view, very wrong with the current structure. We have proffered some views already. Those views have not been taken. We are happy to take your input even as at now. And if it is possible for us to come by private members' bill to get amendments, we will explore that. If we cannot do it by a private members' bill and we have to wait for the next MPP administration to make those corrections, then we'll make those corrections. But what we can assure you is that this exercise, which was started on the watch of the MPP, we learned a lot of lessons from it. We are seeing the mistakes that are being made. And at the next opportune moment, we will do our best to make sure that those corrections are done to serve the interest of particularly private sector operators like GLS and others in the
Honorable Kojo Opon and Kroma and yete ninkanom woye MPDma this year war of Fase ahirebi abatom peso so Eastern region and minority no omo edins metuja omo my hint say gold board mranane gold board act no so ho be hia say ensachraye ekuman sachraye nkom na eka ede ebro mayi no enye asem ketwa ye free minority natna ye na ye former enko Foreign Affairs Minister Owura Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa wono so na so ye na Owura Okudzeto Ablakwa no reply Owura Afenyo Makin kobusai say sa transatlantic slave trade ya jeta ye ni ase eje boss so kon ya na no amansai kawumko United Nations General Assembly meeting a ekoso America ye Ghana yakwakodi kunim oseboni ade amanfo je ho fans mampani if America bedomu ekohia no na nyasem keto Okudzeto Ablakwa France ne samba wje enya asem keto na Honorable Alexander Afenyomaken kobusa sanyem bia no patabei ene sika bei ene benya ede efri sadie ne mo ano na Honorable Okudjeto Ablakwa reply no se onimu a onko na mampani dada na nadoda nkwa kufu ado ne wofie eja Easter na ebei Good Friday na yekwa akodi Easter onko na oluman won cheche no saa eye transatlantic slave trade ne edwuma mokoye no UN no emfaso ewum se sika womu ana se sika ni mu a onko na ne boss encheche ni mu ono Samuel Okudjeto.
As leaders, we are not interested in direct payments to us. This is not a profit-making venture. But there is a need for financial compensation to support courses, empowerment programs, skills training, capital for entrepreneurs, and all of that. Even psychosocial support. I would encourage you to read the CARICOM 10-point plan, which addresses some of these things. Research has even demonstrated that some of the disease burdens which Africans carry trace their roots from how Africans were treated in those ships, in those dungeons.
Tongra Sebegani, Foreign Affairs Minister, and yete no enkaninti no chechim sa reparation yi ne some transatlantic slave trade the ho enkomodi e koso United Nations General Assembly meeting asia Ghana egie ni munyam Ghana and spearhead ya ekofa sa enkunim we kese a ase nipa bi no monte ase na ochichi mu kakra ede atre amansan no mampani John Dramani Mahama ede atuga se bebi oman no eduro no de kwasibro ne kan se skills development no wase eho behia pa de friend say skills development no eho ebehia ye na aboa ema 24-hour economy ne ensemo aban ne keke nyina no samanfo kutansa no nyuma samanfo tenase no no atimi adwene eye bibia oya no ena ebebo amasa hihye ne etumpone eye state awards global award ceremony ekoso ena mampeni John Dramani Mahama
into a demographic dividend through jobs, skills, enterprise and innovation. This is not rhetoric, it is policy in action. At the center of our economic transformation is the 24-hour economy initiative, a structural reform designed to expand productivity, extend working hours across sectors, and unlock jobs at scale. This policy is specific, not abstract. It mainly targets our young people. To facilitate this transformation, we are deploying key flagship initiatives, the first being the Ejuma program, supporting more than 10,000 young people to establish businesses each year with financing, mentorship, and market access. The next is the National Apprenticeship Program, providing free technical training, certification, and startup kits, helping young people transition from apprenticeship to entrepreneurship. The third is the 1 Million Coders Initiative, positioning Ghana as a center for digital talent, equipping young people with globally competitive technical skills. The fourth is the no academic fee policy, ensuring that financial barrier does not prevent first-year students from accessing higher education. But beyond programs, we are strengthening institutions. The creation of the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment is a deliberate reform aimed at coordinating youth policy, eliminating fragmentation, and achieving measurable outcomes. We're also aligning youth development with our wider agenda of export-led growth and industrialization, macroeconomic stability and fiscal discipline, innovation-driven entrepreneurship, public-private partnerships for job creation. Let me emphasize, sustainable youth employment will not solely rely on government. It will result from a productive partnership between the state and the private sector.
President John Dramani Mahama na yetene kana no achire so no president aso de soso se ebraso se edan kakraka bi esi nkrapompene mantem e fene se Ghana Awards House a say mampani dada na nado dan kwa kufa do pensom and almost shas yes get fund for edi sike kwako room no mahwe esi no o say ne ekonkon ho nti wa order get fund for se be bia wo so mutam sike free bia no omo hwe se project no on be complete no ene chine ya.
When Mr. Sintima Bwaji led his team to my office, I haven't forgotten. Indeed, I've instructed the GET Fund to provide us with the funding to complete the project. This award house will be a lasting symbol of this legacy and our investment in the future of our young people. To our gold awardees and special honorees, you have distinguished yourselves. You have demonstrated discipline, resilience, and purpose, and I congratulate you. But today is not the end, it is the beginning. You now carry a responsibility, 1, to lead with integrity, 2, to serve with humility, 3, to innovate with courage, and 4, to build not just careers, but build your communities. Let this recognition serve as your launch pad, not your final destination. To the young people of Ghana, the future will not be handed over to you. You must build the future.
Amani Mahama ena yetene kan wei eyemra na kyese Ghana mrantie Ghana maba wabi awo ma distinguish wo mo ewo mu dwumedi awo mo edie mo danso ewo mu dwumedi ahodo mu no na president ebo mabaso ena de sansem wei eto edwa abusanfo enra yetete nsem bi efri Swami magazine enra yetete nsem bi efri Swami magazine mo be kai amampanin dada na nado dan kwa kufa do penso and almost started so mo see Swami interchange no na contractor no for bare months nie for bare 2-3 months nie yen hu contractor no na adwumayefo ewo Swami interchange site no ho se omo adwuma na eno na beto dwa se Swami mezi afitafo no buafu se contractor na sesa na niema ko ema mfuturo na ekum wo mu e Swami mezi some runabout ene ne mpotem ho no menra omo blockade kwan ni nyina ema na nipa ne bi nko na nipa ne bi emma yankohwe eye de ekoso enra na yemedi ehon nko
pipi ba ye na ekoso mfuturo na ekuye Riti awotu abama awo. Riti awotu aba MMPP baye. Who be free so 6 months osemabeye we ya besi wo. Miss mabeye we ya 6 months ekufuabo aba Asante region tuma wa. Wade baye and wade ya bro. Wade ya bro kufuabo wade ya bro. Aba no kra de ye jato. Ye jato nyati antubie mo ye jato. Sabo heya. Asante region sana koye. Yang tuaba. People you see, enti se mahama woswaba na wosho heye wonya maye ya get there what the ho e o meju free ho soja fo kraba ye nsuo soja ba ye nsuo ye pacho ba ye wo tunfo eni diem na wate kokoso ye hia wa mahama ye hia ye sramumla ye nkamo hu adwina ye befa so aye kwan na wo mu de befa so da baye wo mu befu akwa no ma bia adai wo me adai wo mu kuye ye bewo mo ba mi ewu aye yire ni aho mo ba mi ewu aye yire ni aho ya mo ya ni ye everybody fight ya mo ya na go kuye yo.
Anyway, fitafo ni bia na se adwumayefo bia wo Swami Mazina yeti wo mon kanana latest about Swami interchange no for ma yemfa emremo CCA latest about Swami interchange and say the Ashanti regional minister Dr. Frank Amoakohene the statement bi aba CCA Dr. Frank Amoakohene the statement about CCA na ama mehu se the rules minister honorable governors Kwame Agboja so post to on a page on Facebook and the mo friend say X and no can ye pencil the friend Twitter so and the mo friend X honorable governors Kwame Agboja so post to ne page and I say work on the Swami interchange resumes next week. Contractor has been paid outstanding debt since 2024. And the contractor na oye ejuma also ame interchange ne so a ebeto dwa se na we free eye interchange ne so eko na for be months die na omomo area ho ehu se contractor na eye ejuma ne workers eye ejuma no. The Ashanti Regional Minister honorable Dr. Frank Amoakohene de atudwa se contractor no beba back to site Nyankopon ya adomo a next week na waba betoa edwuma so na eka na ewom outstanding debtor na ewom since 2024 no ene wonomatua de amanwa enti bia Nyankopon ya adomo next week obeko back to site na wakwa ye edwuma na adwumayefo ne adehye wo so amemezi ne mpotem no wo asum adwo mo kakra ene ho ensem eno no na away from sa eye ensem no ene inflation and ebuzafo yate eho asem say inflation is declining we eye the etoso mako 15 where the etoso mako 15 inflation declines for 15th consecutive months falls marginally from a year na a year 3.3 na a 3.3% in February no so na a 3.3%. They say atekakra 3.2%. Ababejina 3.2% in March. So we Ghana Statistical Service impeding for omo enema omo ede ababe tuja ene ewia anopeya and Ghana Statistical Service ede inflation for a year March ede ababe tu ewia inflation de ehun hiase echeche mo bi ede kire mo sene enema buo ne ade na enye de bia so na bia be pega se ebi gina be bia gina no kra eye se inflation no eho ensensem eno no na GPRTU for so eno mo de nkra bi amane yen na kukua ne production team no ebenya GPRTU mpanimfo na mayenenka omo acheche nsemu kakra o se GPRTU to government scrap fuel taxes in 2 days or face fare hikes. Or say scrap fuel taxes in 2 days or face fare hikes. We JPR2 for or so or more messenger or more a day ama a buying and no we your monkra or more a day amane a buying on petrol and diesel prices for instance. Maybe some for your money musam and right you do home como it will fear hasia na ye busa se sabreya. Prices ya start ya epege any day ni mame ene ora samola mo a ene enkomo ne kasa e de ma GPR2 ko no Same, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Now who ye
me ho ye pa na ho so
erade adome so me ho ye sa mo meeting no mawie ana
ba jo bra biam
na me bisa se meeting no mawie.
Oh, yes, next sanke ye shia but BBC my ntime shia ntinyame adoma e chena na ye be shia.
Money transport ministry in Asia na.
Me pacho there be we GPR2 ye mpanimfo ana na pese shia na ye hwe kika kania mabo me fi se baby afango bo na bedu no ne ye hwe ni sanka ban betimetu ana mombi na mom sila ye hunu hwe enti no ye pese ye hwe ni ye shia ehiem na ntimi amma so based on one or two reasons enti ye hwe ni se chena no ye betime shia. We also hoping say bit mati asem pa be free aban ho say bia what ayi afa fango bonus is ababe share konso no
na same ye hu say mo the statement bia ba menim say ye mo ade ye say JPR2 aka kira aban say on scrappy fuel taxes in 2 days or face fare hikes no cre some ma buy 2 days say on scrappy taxes no anyesa mo beto to lorry first mo.
Yes, no crap pepe. If you say, yeah, no say, you're too low for more. Affect bibia or maimo. A coco, a sambesria and casayaso. A my inflation crack was roniade. And an dear SC so, you didn't say, a Tokwa Bamiris, that is Israel, America, and Iran, and a Kornam Swa, Fango Bona Pejan Kubusa. Intene a cultural bind said, the middle price window no. Yeah, sacrifice young to so goni ehwe nim sanka bibipa bi bepiem na amma na sa nti aban so momode so betima sacrifices bi ahwe say no no to no video so obi ye fa connect ni aba fa kakra ya maye yes ana ko ban de ka fan say ka chi en ko ba de ba bon
na same obi bebusa say taxes no de he ne de he na mode moni abusa aban enyim famfiri ho no mo de he ne de he
sabe ye ensure dan specify say tax A and tax B aban nan kasa any taxes egugu gusu nyina any na this ready say all taxes ni munyi dia osha obetima sacrifice no e dia boa situation na cushion Ghana for e bra ho akwa munyi omomode no ntimi nye ne sa point say bia ku ya na se ko yiwe
na same 2 days ni nso a
Ominia say baby aniama akodu no state of emergency it say within 2 days there ometima ye bibia fa because as I'm speaking to you for new price na bana they go see na e dey betuma fuel aboarding it will sustain that pressure as I'm speaking to you drivers so mount serious pressure on kind of saying leadership of the transport unions my pressure na no the papa yet me am buying sa 2 days so momode en pisa na mono mai
enti same say e china meeting no amokọ akoye Ghana for yen hwe ni mu be say 20% 15% ana ebia ebekọ atrasa
okay meet here the 5% they was
same online ni breaky kakrama me
operation and transport ministry final negotiation see the data
na same na say mo boko akotena se ansa na mo de de mo adwene ho akoma transport ministry na online ni breaky
yeah Nasia, ye koye nhye ne ankase ya hwe calculations percentage sisine petrol as I'm speaking to you now Nadia
Sami wadama aida no ho kakra na gina ye kakra ba me obi se me musa o se nye petrol buo nko ene ya na mugina so e de toto lorry first mo se beka ne se niema buo enyina baba fom anesa eji se mugina petrol nko aso a na se mo ne ye passengers so no ni ne ye wote sa asem na obeyi ano se
mi nyina se niema from information ka from isa free spare parts obi obeka say spare parts ya teso na ekodugo yente spare parts for amaye be time a rate ba from ni ade nyina no ye ni abuka action say trend say supply ye pass ye widen into faba omu so my yemra insurance February insurance to omo premium Sprinter bus offer 3 passengers. Now Kotia 33 cities for South Africa say Kotia 1,194. Say for 15 passengers. Now Kotia 83. Sabramino say 95 cities. Na taxi for no 7. Sa peja ni mu 8 cities. 18 now yaba di ye ajisa almost to omudie omo penalty omo to more than ties aye pin enti bibi di pa ewo ye juma ye mu
Same mame na wase na echina mu meeting ye ni bedi akire nti bibi ani ebesa so no wadi nkomo bi onyame nhira opa na wada agya wie
yo
that's we opening Samuel Amwa wono ena ekasa ede ema GPRTU ekuno ena odenchemu abrani nti omo statement a omo ede ba bonte no so mama government 2 days no ena na ochechim ede che na mebisa nse 2 days no in sadodo enyetia ke bia nka mma ne be week na oje se debi niema no bebre ho no mo so mo de hu nkomo nti we GPRTU mpanimfo ena yeti womo enka no mame emma me guest akwaba na yeni enkomo awiei mame emma me guest akwaba na yeni enkomo awiei so aha mame emma begafo na akwaba Robert Dambo the Ashanti Regional Secretary emma PNC Robert Dambo eba bekame ho obetena se na yedi enkomo awiei yedi enkomo pa awiei na Moro Yakubu esosoka the Ashanti Regional Communication Team of NDC ono so bekame ho awiei ama yedi enkomo Dr. Keskin Osupoku eka kwaku ade no mfa mayo Dr. Keskin Osupoku so osre twa hene ne esi ahene for 1 pp mu so mo mfa tumi ma no na omeye the Ashanti Regional Director of Communications Emma MPP ono so ebe kan ho ama ye dijuma ene awiei eti so kan ho wo ye social media platforms no so kan ho wo ye social media platforms no so na yeni enkomo awiei abegyafo atenase so ho na yeni enkomo no kakra awiei kama so ho Facebook no Owia TV Facebook Owia TV odro no ma na wa follow ya na so wa like page no and YouTube so Owia TV official and Owia TV official and Owia TV and TikTok so Owia TV official ebisafo o kan ho a na just say ye di enkomono kama pa ewo honom so ho mame emma abujafo no akwaba moro akwaba
ya minua
ne fie boko
if you boko pa Ghana so your boko manka Ghana dia obi anka ma he
o anka Ghana dia obi anya de
o betne o be kase Ghana mo ehihie na nso antisa so ho ne metre
ba se Ghana ne mu ya ye nyina se ana omo de omo no
emu demano ba outside utility home cry sani etie no so wanka ne saa nkofo no be kase
be soja go no so
exactly
wa madwuma
na saa dia me ne no sia efom pa o se ja se na adwuma no munim ye pa o na ya bo adwuma so ama aso ani na asida ne nyina so nkoma his excellency John Dramani Mahama na me kase oye dual so on ko sibro ni kase dual a kire se
chiremase
ade ba ko ye niema mienu a very important pa global president and a domestic president so global president
no saso
domestic president ni nyina we pa excellent
ni nyina so
pa excellent
that's right
bia no obon ho modern wo ni ade ne ho nkro ne ba globally you know the Africa
only a man for ya adwene say politicians nsenke ma mo koba se ya ke beboa mo
experience no so
na say amamo say
but no so nyu obi na so koba so obi on mo an modern mo no say si ko ye no say we ha Alhaji Mahmood ba omi onu kra no mbe so be kan economy wasemi so no o san kwa ba de
ayo John had command fa
but President Mahama no mo say no so wo kwa san ba so President Kufuor ba onu se ni esi ya akra
olumai why olumai
but nanado de se wo kra wonka
nanado ya kaze onsa amre bio a
wo beka so
onya de foforo
nobody will wish nanado for anything
sir
I'm telling you
moro
I'm saying say nanado ne running mate one no ba abemu
nanado de so ontimi me okay president ko so ontimi me bio na na do ontimi me bio Rollins o munyina
but those we wish saying ke bio mbesa ba one day he will not be on the wish list
na na do dan ko
adewe dey sofo ewo
Anglican lay is it lay
train am who say honorary but me o problem kakra wo ho sanse Anglican so ye nyina no se bi nyame ne yeso na meboa enkremosom Anglican ai Pentecost and Roman Catholic ne any other sect no nyame ne yeso na wo bi a wada da nyame se
odada nyame wa
cathedral
Mampeni na nado danko Akufo-Addo dada Nyankopon.
She cathedral no President Akufo-Addo okono ayamena. Nsuo na wum. Na nyame aso dan ne se ni esi no.
Moro.
Muhwe nyame anim na mahwe bonsampa etiko. Ti asem ni yo.
Debi.
Na makɔhyɛ no sɔfo.
Che muye.
Me say.
Aha.
Wono wahye nyame bɔ. So obesi cathedral man. Amu wabubu agyegefoɔ dan ne ebi kura koka embassy a normally.
Yeah.
You know,
one of the embassies.
A car at the break Ghana. No, we disappointed nyame say. Yes, say yahye no sɔfo die. You see, that example is going to go a long way to send a signal to people who believe, say, one way or the other, asofo ni womo a omo kanya mesem no dodo na no fake.
Moro wa ma me ho adwiri me.
Asem na make ti ase ye. Obi otimi dada nyame say.
Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo dada Nyankopon, former president of Ghana.
Cathedral ozi. Yedi nkomo cathedral ozi.
Ejen na ma ne dada Nyankopon.
Na wan dada nyame. Me kase me si aso da me nyame na mansi a me na da no. Ana asem na make o de ka kire me na da nyame. Se me hye nyame bo se me.
Asem no nche se wa dada nyame. Osase. Ose bibia ase.
Sika ekokosha ase. Sika ekokosha ase hwe. You know, infrastructure ye bugu ye. Minu e wuja no obeka se an project bi omu ye omu ehu agagefo adan ka ho. Say the same agagefo adan ye ko bugu ye mebo a. Mebo a de ka kire me za mebo a. Hwe ka Ghana boy. Still now disappointing na me.
Iti Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ensem fata se.
Wo hye no sofo a. Na ya koyem so obi a betimi aye sofo. Nso nya sa na tie.
O se Nyankopon timi de ne nsa kan bia.
Anti se o person chese nyame de ne nsa kan Nanado. Ana me boy.
O David nya sa na me pa che.
Iti se Nanado na ye nim no dia. Ene ye sofo hye no I have a problem with it.
O man hye ne sofo.
Na
enye sofo se sofo a wo kogina. Yes. Enye sofo so wo kogina.
Na say me ni menu akuhia ba bi na me em won say nke be yes nko kwakoye adwuma because age ne de na de obetimi aye adwuma eno say ade de boxing na ebo masa uni energy a untimi nya sofo dwuma mebo a.
O sofo di ne.
Ono ko PRWC won say sofo preach wa bra wote woda.
Na
sorry be na go mani sa wa sorry be na
me ko Hope Palace Chapel.
Nyame sha sofo preach a wote wo.
Oh, Bishop Setoseko a preacher ujina ho.
Exactly.
Na Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo so be preacher o ntimi nyina ho.
Yes, sure. President cannot, looking at his age. Look,
Papa, he fit, or strong.
Last time I saw him in an MPP event,
there be podium. They said near not podium ne wa.
It's your swap plans and yet in the floor. Asem no. It is sa energy ne there naturally on Ukraine extra in terms of
82 years.
Very, very, very blessed. There is one more amemu bra.
Hey,
personal life there excellent.
Amemu mampeni na Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo amemu 8 years wanya hwe.
Me crowd disappointed na amemu bra be na person obobi.
Hey, say free SHS one.
Were you preview to 2024 elections, even on one Kasani candidate in the MPP never wanted to align himself with Nema President Akufo-Addo.
Tuanya hwe.
Oh, obi ntimi ma ba bi man kaso anya hwe. Se bia nse wo ka free SHS. Ana as for that one there. But the expectations and Nema na wo hoda da expect say nko ba build upon and so on and so forth. We were disappointed. Ana meboa. Ayi na minsha governs and wame who says so I'm interchange. She be contractors and back. So what today?
Oh yeah. Say ya Grace the Betu TV so they credited the Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amakwe a post say the contractor will be back next week. Now arrears be outstanding arrears and a womb since 2024 has been paid into next week he'll be back. Nani na swame mazi for no agitation so
and certain concerns from many people in Kumasi, including the Tafo MP.
Tafo MP. Ade wakase
or say or share the MPP. Edi jaya, Asantima with regards to Swami interchange na. Futuro. And a real hopa. I want it.
Dabeno ka.
Oh, Libya Boga. What's that?
Moro. Maybe ana.
One of his numerous interviews or granting the sister
Oh
station.
yes, Ache. Yes.
What's in a rock sempa mo say a whole MPP a ha na yo mo heartbeat. Na say u John bibi oswame a. Mfuturu. Na ye see e ba be ye. Na ya to aso awia. Enya asem baba.
Mate.
Eti
Moro we mi ma wakwa aba wo.
Ai mesumi di si wakwa aba na
baby a odi anwan ya di baba be sie.
Wakwa aba na me di sie no. Me make nyina ne say. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He is somebody I said nyame emani wie ne time na ye be fini ye papa de bia me da me dwene ho.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Experience. Any you know me who say missing cano I'm short of words to describe Sahane coming way especially.
So can say any legacy term.
Divine. He has answers for almost everything. Timidawana me share MPP 8 years na e call ye no pa na share barely just 1 year ya. Some more baby.
The President Mahama ya Mate. I was on the Moro Yakubu for about 10 minutes. Na me busa na mana kwaba. And na baby a yakko edingo wedingo mono afa de mapa bisi no. That is Moro Yakubu for you. Doc. Akwaba.
Mejoso.
Nefie boko.
Nyamiadom ne pressure ne doso. Ne Dominica say we cover the last part I'm not meeting.
Okay.
But who buy one never cover last part time. And your corner ni pa.
Say enkomo no baby e be fa no. Afi ono ano ebedu baby na so hu.
No emergency not onim.
Okay. Look, mahu ade bi o social media na so. Mahu se wo Dr. Keskin Osupoku. Mahu lawyer Chichie Bonsu. Ana mahu na J say certain state edifices be wo Ashanti region wo Kumase. Mahu se mokokoko ho ene ade kakra. Na already asem na si
yo Libya ma menna wasam ntia wahwefo yin na osnon kokoko amanyuko the party mpanyifo mechi obia mechia me boss odeno kwakwa the next regional chairman of Ashanti region mechi communicators ina ma mesanchia the next president of the republic Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na menchia minia panyi Matthew Poku Prempeh. I believe strongly
Napo Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh
change no. Definitely Sani be so na be running mate. Now to your question no. Na semu ho na regional minister. Odi ne nkomo I know so we in the politics.
Dr. Frank Amoakohene.
We in the politics. And o ka say MPP ba ETS ya anye hwe wa Ashanti region.
O se mo mechre.
Me mete as a person.
Lebi Moro tobo. O se o ka say mo anye hwe.
O say we did nothing in the 8 years.
Okay.
Me reading, I was surprised. I'm like, he's just being insincere. And yes, Sadia say he's been ignorant of the issues. And I'm just say a regional minister onante within the metropolis.
Yeah.
And I within
region
districts, municipalities, metropolis. Onante. So I was expecting some level of sincerity from the regional minister. But he lied.
Really?
And what you want to make us say? We didn't trust Sakeke. Because as a regional minister, or Kasango for the finance, we begin say the all can or cre. And to prove said the all can we had to go to the sites. No, be a honoma. We had Gen Z's, you be a kana, who projects neda. We couldn't be RCCAC. For BBTS, I'm not fan trasa. So on our part, we decided to say about the very places na projects ni biwo. And yes start no esa so ohun bibia no. Na say Shashi free on akachi.
Must start free on one regional minister no maybe
the seat of the regional minister, that's RCC.
Regional Coordinating Council.
On say judges quarters na wo honum no.
Yeah. Ura a regional coordinating council on air.
And maybe an etwemu now who pay judges some with dia some.
And no judges.
Judges.
Judges court judges. Okay.
First now problem media some na bi this omo fra crab and my case is scratch.
Ano money baby te.
Yes, no be my case is scratch.
Okay.
Say see appeals court ko for be see appeals court no. No accommodation.
The opoku trade nature fe tin
no. Na do tena se no. Say be ma eye judicial on some be so na I say crime so beti no. Na say judges no omo ben baby a omo di ensem no.
Okay.
You know create that community of homo. It's a massive project in the Ashanti region.
Okay.
If pay free RCC on your left, regional minister so hu ye. Ne be be say boa no mani hu.
Nti mo koye de ho.
Ya koye and you present a picture and also there's a video already on YouTube.
Yes.
See na ho na say this project. What you say? MPP aban na ya bra Samuel Semen say kase mumra me nchen ho no. That's what he meant, but people misunderstood him. Because when I join say obia and aba RCC da. But no obia ni RCC. And ahead of 2024 you be kind of cry. MPP ho ye nkofo ahi. It will custom no cry say dey cry na.
Na manfo mfi
So this presented a golden opportunity for us to deal with this issue.
Okay.
And ebio ufi RCC less than 1 minute drive. That's all Lancaster no.
Yeah, can it golden tulip?
Exactly. And then can be on your right, Minerals Commission office.
Ratre park echi ho no. Enchen ho bi no. What they call
that's orange color Minerals Commission for regional office. Now do dan kwa Akufo-Addo ni see. NDC by 15 months ni. Omuntimi operationalize it. Yes, I feel ABC. Yes, we. I'm going to operationalize it.
And then Minerals Commission, then be nice. You
know. And I'm going to see.
And no cry, no you remember.
Who free a honor now? But Georgia and Chen Hona, who's a dime baby? I see a sound.
Ye
Georgia
Otra Asqua interchange. It's in your Okwa 100 runabout at Georgia Hotel.
Exactly.
O branch Georgia Hotel.
A dine see honum be go be brino.
Nasa Oko Gridco as a Oba Gridco for no. Okay.
Security chief. So say we a public servant.
We a dina Okano Minerals Commission.
Regional minister so twemo ho onhu ye.
O si otwemo ho no.
So si MPP anyehwe na so onhu ye no.
Na mo bia no mo bia no.
Be ano be sia wi.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
Ebio eye a dina egu ho no dey amature no.
Georgia Hotel ho no.
Ebi ko ho no bank for edikan a movie in. What you say? Now, for security chiefs, on say yet me post will be penny be near posting free region be able to Ashanti region.
We are regional police commander, deputy police commander, prisons.
Or more directors no. On be baby Drew no we be better.
No, Kaskin a buying project and your private developer be na CC dino. Sir,
buying project.
Okay.
So buying a crash store my contract to a private person.
Me twemo me so almost CC wo
me boss the fear in chen ho. I must be so for Kemi directors thing na.
Kemi boss
yes.
There were friends eno kra na we MTN ho no. Ananya MTN ho na. MTN side ho no.
Yes.
Almost CB for Kemi there Kemi.
Concept directors no more Kemi ko mo so local government transfer nkrofo mo koba. And they say to na mo say unim say we hwe lands commission be lands commission si no.
Yes.
Audit services si akiri. NCA si akiri. NHIS omo claims office green one dia nsu na esi ayenwe ni nyina hol mu ti regional minister so onko ho onhu ye we are surprised eti de tu esi on say ye ga kase be ni say ye ma obi amfa dada and dada ye nuanom keto a probably omo ehun sanema no so we need to make sure say we are dealing with the issue with evidence and issues no nye atemdidi nye kasa eno e kwa Akumadan University no mean so
eno amoko hin Akumadan offenso north
yes
e dey na ho
local government university
e wa Akumadan mo wie
yes see local government university I first phase second phase e koso any sibo majai first phase no was program member to was
moro dia mesro no wa ha no betina ha mesro moro me pacho
so local government university normal program said the first phase no na ye be inaugurate be commission the first phase no in the first quarter of 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, but so that be from new way. Yeah, read the second quarter of 2026.
2026.
Now said the commissioning dates are pound by 1 year.
It's the first phase in the movie.
Yeah, we dada. Me see the picture pictures are there. My Facebook page. That's it. Those are the pictures.
Where a local government university was here.
Akumadan. Omo facilities. In Kumasi Polytechnic. Kumasi Technical.
Hey, NDA.
Yes, NDA.
Yes, facilities.
I'm telling you, buildings. No first phase. I'm calling first phase. I'm telling you.
Kaskin NDA.
I'm telling you. I've been there.
Sir,
I've been there.
Where artistic impression?
I'm talking about.
Let us see your video.
I picture.
Where artistic impression? I can swear on my life. Video.
Okay, me
flip it to video.
Me patch also on your life. I know
his life. I'm swearing on my life. Until show video no. Where artistic impressions?
Okay.
I can swear on my life. Say artistic impression.
Okay. Slim pa no like
show video no
me say no life more
me say Kaseɛ mu show video
Debbie more we artistic
ntwa no
oh
I just say open video na ansa na waje di
me brother say wakɔ ti abro
Moro
video so when na me ne sister station I was show ye kwa gina ho bi nti show sa video no
Unsan kano kre.
No
video no won show ni
mate.
Video cry did draw the chawa Akumadan ho. Ya ya say anwumre ne be release. It's time when they go release video. Video release.
And a pure quite gina be
Moro Misro.
So he should show by video.
Me uncle and Debbie Misro. But Osha picture CD and artistic. Debbie say Moro, you gentleman. Moro, you gentleman. Ubenya your time.
What's it out? Because also a bono.
Debbie. Oba rebati. Oh, Oba Drew so.
Mami read Bibia NDC ni bi. Our time we argument to Facebook. Obia enim the friend Emmanuel Bodi. Ocho Remember o say ono sa NDC ni. O ye service our assembly abra na ne brother. And the cousin appear Kubi. NDC. Oh, Moro, can you
Mundum Moro Mike and Mammy? Mundum Moro Mike and Mammy.
I say, I learned the project has stalled. What is the situation on the grounds and what are they saying? And I may say, yes, your NDC government has since assuming office not shown any interest in completing the ongoing second phase of the project and is clearly indifferent in commissioning the first phase. Answer I'm the man who
okay. Pictures here you who see here the Akumadan
Offensive North local government university.
University.
When I'm more say artistic impression no. On some kind
na Debbie Kasken boame. Mo free abem January 2025 no.
Yes.
Na ni state ni.
Yes. That is state na wo mo fa bianca ho. And I'm say commissioning no.
Na na mo putting into use.
Commissioning no was scheduled for the first quarter of 2025.
Okay. Oh Moro me entwaso.
Na for not say for several years because I say go project. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. It's a local government university.
Yeah, we know about the entire crowd. As well as police station, no. Or must say TVET. And nice one. Between me say honorable Freche, and once I ban TVET.
Yeah, no, or CEO of
another major project. What's a day TVET? Wouldn't TVET? That's the day TVET. My point I'm making here. NDC4 and the regional minister. Yeah, Majandam Biant na ho. Regional minister say NDC board what the MPP nyeshi. You been yana kamu Robert Sana kamini mino or health projects any road projects. The ayen musma yeni way the my yeni no. Regional minister call a bridge kitwe bi okoye mfani say. Saku no koye bridge bi omuno.
Is it ahafo no?
Baby bi chrome.
Yes, ahafo no. Bridge na ebu agum mebo a.
Na bi say Atafua bridge ebu NDC time. Atafua bridge is bridge then so.
Atafua Abrepo girls Kumasi girls Oshimase Barakese
enti se ne NDC ni bekase ye nye hwea we regional minister we John Dramani Mahama no bia we di ntro The point they said we could have done more. Me say, oh yeah, I'm just saying it's making very unfair. Oh, that's unfair. What I can say, Master, me no.
Mr.
Me say, oh yeah. You bring him. Me say, oh yeah. Me say, he's not the representative.
Moro says, so about President Mahama, dear. It is.
In which is mentioning President Mahama.
Okay.
Me say, oh yeah.
Okay.
Me say, John Mahama.
Okay.
Me say, oh yeah.
And that is very unfair.
Matthias,
that is very unfair.
Matthias, Moro, Obenya time to rebuttal.
As a Moro is misbehaving no. Moro, wo the Christo.
No, don't use that
word. Wo the Christo. He misbehaved. Ba bex na hanom. E chatting and that say, "Ye no suffer on chase."
President of the land.
Wo the Christo ni o. Ba bex na ka say na na e bono suffer on chase. O kwa so ro heba. We Anglican. Who did you Anglican for?
That is narrow to think.
That's how. That is also narrow to think, sir. John Mahama is trying to
I cannot make assessment of a good man.
Debbie.
I mean, that is a narrow way of thinking.
You can't make assessment of a good man.
I can't make assessment of a good man.
Debbie.
What qualifies you to assess a good man?
Gentlemen,
it doesn't reflect somebody who is ready to think outside the box.
Because
gentlemen,
Christianity means me assess a good man.
Now, let me tell you the reason I won't say. I say, who can tell me say?
Mama me mo musio.
The point is why was you need answer? Why was a broad way of thinking? What me can say, oh there be obi the only me yourself because who need answer say Anglican for?
I never said that.
That's what was implied. So I know the
and that is why I'm saying the narrow way of you thinking will make you. You see, when you say me not now see I can say Anglican for
Moro. Moro.
Disappointed in the Anglican society. Like President Nanadua, what disappointing Name so basically. That is what I said. But if you want to quote me, you don't quote me the way you did. And you think I should be sitting and be watching you? As if said
Debbie,
you can say certain things and just live with it. That is very unfair.
To be fair, Mr.
One for one, all qualified to be a Christian. That means one Christian. You don't even have the capacity.
The kind of person that is
you don't even have the capacity to assess or be qualified to be yourself. Now qualified to be a man.
My microphones no come no.
Now microphones no come. It makes me assess a large Mahmoud Bawumia. Look at the thinking.
Because I cannot assess on Mahama. Because I'm a Christian.
No. It says who assess Bawumia. There is no way I will
Debbie. There is no way I will sit by this man. Because Mr. Ramo, you quit him. Was it almost said Diagro? We saw Musa Sudi Agro. No more critics are impressing way. I will on some Moody Agro. But Moro, Mr. Unse Mummy and Nuna, my brothers. And Unse
but you see, why is veering
me masters in development communication. You can say me chairman or say in political communication. Or say communicating in politics, you ought to be simple, straightforward, devoid of ambiguities. So, say, okay, sem to her. Na sem no obi betima interpreting of fufra enka.
Oh, but
the communication studies are meme here.
I was specific. But
you said you were disappointed
exactly.
In good.
So I used the word disappointed.
Good.
I never sat here and made any good for anybody to believe. Say Anglican for Nimnansa.
Good.
I mean, you are inciting me against Anglican.
Good. Me no ya adwene. And the casket so kan say President Mahama, the Ashanti Regional Minister, so kasa we chantro
any
and when you
NDC
bring
ni
in NDC, when you bring Mahama, we're trying to draw.
Any President Mahama,
which is very unfair.
But and also so, you make such statement. Obia okwan obefa so a obe interpretate such a statement. Eti mumi anu nyina no, you made a statement ho. Na obia betima interpretate no in a way to suit nipa no.
Anyway, but the point still remains to say you are citing what the original minister said. And even with that one said,
good.
But once I wanted him to finish so that at least we can get the input of everything. But for you to bring in President Mahama,
you have your time to rebut. You have your time to rebut.
Sorry, this month, Master, artistic impression idea of wow. Idea any fresh kwan did them. Would you manifest to TV no suni analyze?
Yeah, Grace for TV. Idea where they can be.
Idea we would you hear?
Good. It's first picture we. Yeah, young con one by one.
Idea cafe.
But we artistic impression.
Unim. You see, when you are talking chronology of the things you are putting up, yet you now share the assessment of everything.
No correct.
Now evidence now they buy no need to be I can't say
no correct.
What say your first face? Now look at the pictures. Does it look like anything that is first face? Now you see, when you was even with the fundamental statement or and free my dream when they say yes, see, local government university.
Yes.
And then he came out to say, first face.
Yeah.
Now, so what can see a see a China? What can who can see a see a set?
I say, most here we.
Now, Freddie also because the first face, show us video to understand, say, Masa, if you are one on from here.
Masa, more musi KGT market. But KGT market, no, is an extension.
It's there for all eyes to see. It's there for all eyes to see. They started first face. You me boa. Ahanti you no no beto aso ma enwe. Etiano want me nkase yesi. Ultra projects no want me crank ho. Kasken we are very popular. Usuro se kasken so okotwa video ho a. Kumasi ma no mbabu no. Kumasi ma de.
KGT.
President Mahama. Sabi omo expect so baby papa bi am based on patch on support it. Look, me better my President Mahama
enim
edwomufuo no kane no mo nyini ni kra say obetime bi papa mo what the less than 4 years ni wie Kumasi kejitia anya no kre na mo di 8 years 8 bam years
anya no kre
mo ntimi anwie the extension of it then yet was so on say what do bet me agotwa
it ntum say akomadan local government university no masia wi
start with this statement say yes see akomadan university now so say be ka say first phase yes see
and ma wonyi ni
you see he should prove to us say at least
na pictures ni baby a ekwan no ekwan na tie gum no gitum
semenu e o copy PWC and nim so okọ e bia na say no nya kwan
okọ
we PWC ni ba mapa PWC for so do mu ntwa ntro anopai kwaje anyina sa Akomadan University no entwa video
dabi
etidi na no ogina ho
kwaje video hu na Minerals Commission there.
Minerals Commission na there.
Na Akomadan video no way.
Many yana call Akomadan University no. Na be say, on my schedule say enyume kwa na be release Akomadan.
And so you don't speak about it. You give us pictures, artistic impressions. And you see
it's yankwa enim. It's okay.
No, it's an exhibit that is not accepted.
But others in the auditum.
It's an exhibit that is not accepted.
But others in the auditum.
Anyone, Mary Bata by women pass what they call. What they compare. TV, Facebook, so quietly. No,
picture
until say when you come me back send me videos
na say video kra na AI etimi edit kra
wo gina ho no wo twa magiatum one release this video
it kaske now odi see no
movie editors
yeah Put me farm it.
Another young person be gentleman.
That be my gentle pa, but I never be all my gentle.
It's a man in here. Marqueskin in here.
It's an exhibit that is
Moro. Breche man tama. Obesia boy kwetri. Ebeda no kasa se ya. What you say? Enti abra free akoma.
Kasa also say ebeda no.
Say another no kasa ribi. Me o kasa eye kejetia phase 1. Your mama na ye ya. Me argue.
Ojitum.
This will be on Canocre. This will be on Canocre. Now, right now, Miss Canocre. No,
that is very unfair.
Oh, Mrs. will be on Canocre. My message will be on Canocre.
Very unfair.
Your worst,
Martin. But regional minister, or insincerity. Wahoo enough commission office or see Anyashi. Wahoo Giants quarters or see Anyashi. You because of insincerity now supported that kind of propaganda.
Regional minister.
Oh,
Moro,
Kaseɛ wobɛtumi akasa paa.
NDC for way. Unim say one funny thing they say in Ashanti region in NDC 8 years on by previously. John Mahama and Mills or maybe a single hospital in Ashanti region. Make out your projects Ashanti region making. Oh, yeah, we are be cross amount. Before be cram somehow. The one who says, "Yeah, me no pa mo dadwe ho." Adom mama sa fa mu 6 million. Ekwa research so be in 2016 elections now. From na kumawu, ye na be wie. Be kwa hospital na 40 years, ye na be wie. O ja se. Ni na ho nom. E na wie ye buy hospital se sha se no. Ye wie ukoswame anomanje Swami municipal hospital and Avamet. And so
Swami.
Yes, 5.
It was not part of the agenda 111.
Makaje no one.
No, also the Vamed
hospital.
Vamed.
Osan Canocre.
It is a OCSC.
The Moro.
The name of the company, construction company.
And that is what they do.
Moro.
So municipal hospital.
Okay.
The contractor never friend of Vamed. Yes, 5. 5 no Swami Anomanji.
Was it part of the agenda?
Oh, can you behave?
There be Vamed there part of agenda 111.
But oh, what is the government? What and you stop Miss
How is that government?
Mr. More mema ukwain amware bate.
Swami municipal hospital no Moro sika na edikosi private. Moro sports team Giok.
Tell me the source.
Giok sika na edikosi government of Ghana. Government of Ghana shall say right from scratch. It took a health projects. Yes, 5. Mami Sankana Wagin Kosu, Hitini, Swami Anomanji, Drobonso, Sabronum, Chadia, and Manson Kanta. Yes, sitting there every year and in a year. It's a projects I was Santimante and this you should have been the last. I some come once. Okay, I told you, let me the board Yamanu, MO. What we did traffic move from interchange Nuso to Ramsey, what we did 1 hour. So what you squat? What say a Cassie? South Bridge na yen and some parts South Bridge Cacado. And look one get me some Jacquino. But Cassie, oh, yeah, do not at ye and a marry fee. Look at the number of community roads are ye, or Ashanti region. But Sanma way na Abba. It will take of what then I may quite just so. Offer a jusso. Ewo ma fa asotwe eto aso kosi dwaben ewo mu kosi eye efijase ekosi kumawu na ye wo ma sabepo na ye ma kofijo twa kwan tu mu no ye twa kwan tu bepo ma tu insuta kwama bepo so regional minister so hu hwe. How can such a person be sincere?
Martin,
my point is say yeah before we have a responsibility and now me person me here regional communication officer. These are the things that SMB disabusing the minds of the people. Because maybe no ye kasa na nko ne nwa ehi ama nkofo bi adwen o mo say ye nkra no say ya anye hwe o say nkofo bi kasa asem no now o mo pictures ya ask mo ye wanya no man kan ho asem no e ma reply has been say ye kan ho asem ba na mo boafu enti mantie yes say mo fa nche ye moving forward no obi aba be catch us ye anye hwe wa Ashanti region ampa kebet my more ye tima nye ne make ye nsa kan ye nyina but there is no way any sincere person will be odi no kre na obi a okopese o kan no kre na onye insincere person onye deceitful ebeba be catch us say MPP anye hwe wa Ashanti region
Mate ne din ede Dr. Keskin Owusu Poku ena yete no enken ni nyina
Semua ya no ye o se ba na amra moro hono. But before that Junior Tero akokere o se o hwe show no live wa akokere no se nchia enkoma Honorable Mula we assembly member wa akokere fie electoral area. O se Junior Tero shatter the whole world. Benji Mfensi Sewua or say thanks to the road minister and the president for say Omar remember Ashanti region see benya ye big share of a year the national cake or say a lot of Ashanti knows that anytime NDC comes to power they do more projects in their own NPP region. Into we a Benji Mfensi Sewua and the way eba ye was saying and koma achuma and wabiega South MCE honorable wisdom or sebo amana or chia name Wahab Abudu Wahab Aud or say or my aha ewe inoko say or say or she show no and Michael Kotomens kusinsia on also say or she show no Emmanuel Zuta say or she show no Michael Amenin esoso adjoining Samuel Bonsra esoso adjoining Evans Ousu Kechire esoso adjoining Kofinsia esoso adjoining Samuel Kwao ene Evans no munyina adjoining da semoro mame emra hono the next 10 minutes 10 minutes no kra no na yem topics ni mu na yeni enkomo the mama 5 minutes mama for rebata 5 minutes
for rebata ni bio
rebata
na me so me baby me dey rebata so ma me so rebata na me say when introduce 10 minutes open at the can
kwame menye say
what the Catholic na ba
doc me o mama mama mu 2 minutes na fe yenko topics so mama mu 2 minutes more mama ntio
problem
2
any problem one prayer nya Michelle if the case is you ma fa kra ultimately any
moro yenko enim
unim minue we say enwumre no be release video na na meboa let me place this on record regional minister statement no was not what minue pesa amanfo agidin I say look say Sampan Kotna baby. No case regional minister who so aye bibia. Na sabi as in the roof in ho kakra. Because Sampan so abe care me boss pen.
Yeah.
Na I Libya boga oti ho Sampan pa. Apart from Galamsey no dino way.
Minim
forest.
Minim.
Oh, Erasto. Unu Erasto Sasare.
Moro.
Unu Erasto Sasare.
Moro.
Erasto Sasare.
Moro minim.
on ayo okay.
Moro minim minim
Erasto Sasare.
Keskin.
Me say no di Galamsey of forest.
But me say also say asem we ewo court.
Aha.
Enti me say ye distance here home. Enti say nka obekọ wanim
ya Erasto Sasare asem o kan na make bi. Wo se Sampan ne nanfofo bi. Omaje forester onwudi Galamsey came boss then. Now apart from no me nya so say Libya boga wuti obetime nya bibia no a eya de papa. Sampan be came boss a ya nidin da so. You can talk of Kojobo Nsu. Ratri Park
Sampan may you be din for 4 years or 3 years no. Wanye bibia.
Don't break na ne kwan no. On the year.
Wanye she.
Huh? Unim. You will struggle to get anything. Now again. I said what they will want to be do. Now obi to be artistic impression dey
Moro yanko.
What's the video number releasing no?
Enyumre.
Omo ebede no more release. Other than that, are there person who share evidence? Me ba ha say, na me say me show evidence. You try me video and one na me dey betre say any. Meaning to say omo ye moving editing firm.
Next week kranka me pese mu nyina mo ngada project na nke ngina ye board e ho. Na nke ngina ye board e ho. Then na mo ye na mo cheche mu. Then ye wi a na ye jama Wednesday to said na week. Yenye
fanton chan na mu say na dey wo twantro. Going forward. You see
But say moro uji to mu say judges in a bungalow no say uji to. And Minerals Commission building say uji to.
Me tia say in conclusion we ya. E ma na say me pese me kasa bi o no. O say see am person be the communication director. O say me mo bi aye dey. So campaign dey sanity. So one attack NDC. One people be anka me anka say eh akwe we champion one. Emfa. But me no adwuma wa ye dey me nya sure say we be na also ye di communication director.
Matimoro me da say.
Me this year no na masesa nya sa na da say. 2 minutes we rewre mu I also da mase. Now me this year no. Kasken. Adabraka. Minerals Commission office. Ono I was say enyo operationalized. Mo commission was there be. Ajaji for den a wo kan was say in time past obi bedi asem cry
appeals court judges no.
Or full flight.
If you are crab
ni ade ne hon kro ne ba etimo asibi. You see, he was not able to mention anything. A very monumental do any better to say 8 years here by Asantemaya here the heartbeat of the MPP, the stronghold of the MPP. Say to about na so munya 6 million emu 1.7 e to more. We na ye.
Mate moro me da say kegetia.
And 8 years old. Less than 4 years.
Mate me da say.
8 years in
Mate moro me da say Keskin.
Minim say NDC for come monumental. What you say monumental baby a ton aduane baby a di dwanko.
Yes, I know adventure.
Me pa cho be to baso to ase.
Moro
if not where they catch me say judges quarters. That community na create and no monumental. Where they can say what radinya me
building prisons.
Mr. Moro me enkwe ni
Mr. Kalam say allegations unim when they boa NDC na no wo a year friend say democracy abno I want to be make allegations say regional minister Frank Amakuni to Kalam say
the because can no so court
me say allegation on the we say you no be make his allegation no
but ye ni dance ye bia
that's me boy din you no be make his allegation
but
regional minister mo che no ta na do
and no dey any more way
fair enough but after the and the regional minister do me enti on the quarter dey no budget quarter dey no budget
moro me enkwe ni Mr. me enkwe ni Kasken
Miriam. The point I'm emphasizing is NDC for didn't draw so much. And Tono Mudi ahead of 2024. No. It was aided by a year public displeasure be for MPP. It's now your kind of project once some kwana. Now for kwana now the way the person And now regional minister so a level on that, one leverage on that. To lie against ya she was Ashanti region in 8 years. Yes, what didn't draw. Or didn't trust and that's what we are proving with evidence.
Mate.
So when you are feeling uncomfortable, you can't dry bones are only the old. Sabio, I'm gonna feel jittery. Say a benisicano. What you say? It is a church and Nema Ashanti region. MP ya by led by Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Abana Samuel Semensa, a regional minister. Ya Ashanti regional. And this what Mutikuapai.
Meda Senedin de Dr. Keskin Ousu Poku and yete no enke
And no amejuma.
And no amejuma me for you. Dambo. Dambo akwaba. Na PNC muboko de. More reorganization ya de na no na meka CPP for the SCPP at a steering committee or more reorganize your reposition party no. PNC akwase
Minya ma mencha na mefa nchasro nkosoma ono ye build team of producers.
Yeah, that's it.
Adwuma pa mo ye ma Santama ni Ghana man.
I
think say mostati enche ba modru no. Much say eba TV ene Ghana honsam kaya more or less say no ye BBC of Africa. And I think it's a good thing that you have started.
That's it.
My encouraging myself to akoso. Talking about PNC. Last month and they started new membership registration.
Okay.
And across the country, no, you go so the membership drive, no. You bet me a spark in a new crop of people. Now, once a PNC is being led by young people, who are well positioned and say okay mebeto Dr. Keskin menua oni moro the way also here to moro na me hwɛ on social media so Keskin omuko opposition in chair or rounds na or
eno ne yedi hu nkomo ya akofa manso abayo
or rounds
na me bi so omo the motive behind saade na omo ye no moro Dambo wahu bi
I think the last one that I watched was even about some infrastructure be omoyema judges some
not all let's say omayehu judges there omayehu minerals commission the akofa
no kwasem say
the akofa nchinuwaso abanyina ye akomadan or see local government university
Mako. I know about that university how the state
it say
but the omu university ni area ankasa means I'm not we say an engineer more that kind of expertise. I wouldn't be able to give
grace mame pictures university ni pictures ni kakrana dambo
I was patrolling in then I wouldn't say across the
say na net here BBC
Oh yeah. Okay. A very nice infrastructure.
Okay.
Baby, almost see a university now.
Wait, BBC. Yes.
Yes. The last time I'm going to make an the last time I went there, now I quota be saying no, but the last time I went there, and now proud,
Mr. Doc, Mama Dambo, making a friend.
Prior to the 2024 election,
Mr. Microphones here on into the Obekebiano.
So declaration at the NDC. So as part of the declaration, President Mahama Babana called the 47 constituencies in the Ashanti region.
Yeah.
Not me as a regional secretary, regional chairman, Kababram Shirohito. So upon going in and out, a chance on this monumental project and not MP a good project. I don't see the reason why we are reducing to partisan politics. And governance the last time because it's a continuous process. And to say obiya the only thing that is better for us and I say better also. And government, the functions of government is expression of war and execution of war. So what I say, and ne papa mu ane. But what I'm surprised and I say, I don't know the motive nana work on. If say Dr. Keskin then in opposition, some of the infrastructure, but it's not about that too. The Keskin Muye, he's my brother. What I would advise and I say, the MPP should sit down, do introspection of what went wrong. But it's not about infrastructure. 2016 NDC Lucy and your mama Lucy, it wasn't about infrastructure. Then we about the infrastructure more. Think about policies and programs that will tilt towards alleviating the plight of the people. And never boy ama a partner there because MDC the NDC a told baby John Mahama you know MPP demonized John Mahama. Ghanaians demonized. I was part of those in 2016 and they present and most of the bad things that I saw in the NDC administration, I catalog and champion that. And then MPP and so echo opposition ni. Nanado danko kufuada niema oya anenya no ye kan ho asem and also espara eboama NDC den esaba power. So it is a matter of just omotenase. No more designing policies and programs are a better towards the youth. I bet Bomi alleviated the plight of the people. No, my tries. I'm not going to be any power. The other political parties, some minority parties, how they are going to fare with them.
Okay.
So what I say? Okay. Because most of the Nema MPP are. There are a lot of people that work for the party. Our party ni be moment me. So what I say? And NPP so no more come say there is some government WhatsApp group. Yeah. Government WhatsApp group some civil society organizations but if in your tenure if you're doing that definitely you couldn't have caused some kind of disaffection for the civil society movement because prior to 2016 we were working hand in hand with the
civil society organizations
other political parties. Political party be 50% plus one. It depends on how you are going to fare with the other political
me production no say we accommodate university na mpacho video no omanya video no e de amaye e bacho accommodate university no
Nobody should downplay say yes a university of that nature. But you know say MPP I blocks na NDC ka so machine. They omuka so mu block ya sa. But the way video me say me call recent. Me that all videos na me call say net. But it's a good infrastructure. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's a good thing.
No one is saying when you give us that picture, so just to say, as I know you're more than this stage.
But say what's your confirmation? Say there's such a project.
It's not the picture.
Okay, Mate. Yeah, to us. Dambo.
It is an impression that is artistic.
That old video.
It is an impression that is artistic. So matter close.
PNC. Dambo has the floor now.
I don't see why there should be a banter on this. Even if it's a project and do progress now, Ebia. I mean, you are more.
First phase
is completed.
First phase.
I don't doubt the first phase. I don't doubt the first phase.
Okay.
I don't doubt the first phase. The only thing I doubt is the pictures are artistic.
This picture,
Mate, Dambo, here to us. Dambo, here to us. Dambo, here to us. Moro,
has moved beyond some of these things. Yeah, making sure say idea timamufu ne pe, idea timamufu ne hwehwe. On my munu timamufu ne how. E kwan e be fa so e betima nya nuye na bo ma timamufu na dey. Abrabo atumpo. Say university where yes MPP ACA Ghana fu CA enya MPP for man kwa ne bekom NDC fu bekom PNC bekom CP
obia
and say media my own worry ne say even through this a year yen to say the minimum moroka say the beya e betima emphasize the Ediama Akuma Dan. But there's one thing Akuma Dan area hono. I don't know whether there was some tomato factory and
they produce one of the best tomatoes.
Factory being kabat.
Doc.
Omunye factory be.
Hokra sana mepe. Hona nam. Doc. Baby a omana a travel a bit. If possible. Sa a university university
a local government.
I would wish anke ayen agriculture university be all. Said the Beya and
that place is noted for tomatoes in agriculture.
You're making sure Abraham call TVETs not inside of them. One department dedicated to food processing.
Oh, okay.
And even a lab demonstrating how to process tomatoes.
TVET It's Dambo Asama. Okay, it goes for more the two parties in say let's sit down and think about such a thing. Okay.
As tomatoes and
yes.
Produce the short for now. This year,
exactly.
Yeah. We are all for it.
As part of our manifesto, we build a cottage industries based on the resource endowment of every particular community. And Akomada, they are known for tomato. So, I would wish Comportan can prioritize that to the university, even though you see a good thing. But there should be a department near making sure see a body, if not a major factory, at least some reasonable factory be able to process a reasonable amount of the tomatoes. So Moro, this is something that you are supposed to do as a country. You need to have a discussion on
sure.
You're making sure you have a proper discussion. You're making sure the various universities. At the end of the day, at least we should have a chunk of them going into agriculture,
into production.
Sufficiency, excesses and
Matemeda say Dr. Keskin also poku eja ehwa konti mame starte mame mano some few minutes on big push any the president akin and the FA a public procurement act no ho ene ekwan ye pese ye de fa so say about time act na ye adwuma che kakra windows aba betutum amanfo na mu ehwirihwi e de eye ne na akwakofa big push any sourcing contracty aba and the president call it say the Roads and Highways Ministry finishing with a comprehensive report. So no catch the fourth estate for so monfa report no emreno. Then they act on it. Doc, enough.
You kind of say it's the president telling us say the course so disbursing 73 billion Ghana cedis. No nyawe.
Disbursing.
Yes.
Are you saying disbursing?
Yes.
It has been disbursed.
Oh, what my contract we backly there is canon go. And I contract my grandma recall contract.
You're playing
Must
with
have been your
words.
time. Oh, don't
Moro, Mr. We dear me uncle. Why, Mr. Me uncle.
The first thing they say, President John Dramani Mahama, on a year parliament, he made some claims in parliament. Our claims will suggest say only problem there war procurement law anymore. Yes, sir. He's been president before. 15 months down there, wanya ho hwe. What train ama akronfo abewia we? I've not seen me kwakwa kusipu. Are you serious?
Ochi amade.
Akronfo abewia we. Afei na osu kwakwa kusipu. Okwakwa kopsie pono, okoloke opono. Are you serious?
But Dr. Because the president is in a new nyina. That is why we sign ministers.
That means you don't go about thing.
We sign bibi how was
as much. Oh.
Doc, you also the microphone here.
Also, this is one of your flagship projects, Big Push. A back cabinet, me decide what cabinet. Now, President Nim say, "Omo decide what cabinet don't you?" The amount they come, no nim. Basic questions be what maybe so cabinet. And I'm a
yeah.
A president saying, "I know him."
Say uti the trade the Roads Ministry. Say a strategic. No more person kwan no a move with speed.
Now let me tell you why the reasons are not reasonable enough.
The
first thing they say, Ogum says our ring road norms on Mayo Ashanti region.
Yes,
it's a good project. It's been on the table.
Yeah,
just so grabbing a
the Kumasi outer ring road. Yes,
we are grabbing a quite we are ring road there, but sim the nepi. That's fine. Almost say almost tell into 3 lots. Reasonably, so I say quantum. I have 3 different companies. Way and away. Almost they are the same company. And then now, on the side of mobilization, and your chrono day.
Company back on no year from her to her to say.
I'm 3. Say, Bomu now 45 kilometers. Now the Mabakwa, there will be economies of scale to the one crab for. But Matemu 3, 15. And on Sadama, the same company. It's for each of the contracts, there will be mobilization. A chrono and a chrono. So, what is the president telling us? So the argument say pay speed no, it doesn't even suffice. It doesn't make sense here. Secondly, over procurement law now, procurement acts now, Act 663 as amended by Act 914. Almost was specific conditions under which are your mark crime out here so sourcing.
Yeah.
When I got to say speed, I can't reasons no be. And can we be? So what's the president telling us? And this is the first time Yenya Sadi SU. They are now looking for reasons outside the law to justify their legality.
Reasons being no.
You can't say a year yomba baby, procurement yomba baby, ye speed, speed and kahubi, ye pentem and kahubi. The other thing almost I say dodo pepe sun kwanta road. And a jomama eje home fort emribino.
Is it Kanazoi?
Some are about 28 million euros.
Yeah.
Or since they say in a sweat to 2. Also, catch a Ghana contractor say a quanya papa among Kosha Quino Musia. Oh, yeah, Swati could say 30 years on average. Now, I call refurbish, I did call refurbish. Nobody to me ding and say quino. But say about 800 and something million. I converted to about 65 million euros, which is about more than twice the cost of the route. How can you tell any objective analyst on your partisan driven? Say at the way it makes sense.
Also, maintenance.
I'm saying maintenance. So timing ding and chain at dinner. Do you get my point?
Yes. Or the part of the money so be a job will be the Roads Ministry no headquarters.
Maybe so fast our contract manpower say another contract be Contract ni ba
say Dominic Mobenya contract no e dey am your screen this one. Yes.
But contracting about 150 something million cedis.
Yeah, Ghana cedis.
It's not surprising. Also we are the temporary workers. Company ben out me for work.
Also be for casual workers.
Company ben it for work. That the worker no only accountant, only administrator, only whatever secretary, only she and worker one. Now they can Edion. Companies now, so 99% of them they were incorporated just after 2025.
90 say
by January 2025, no incorporated baby now. Apart from few ones, bia omo no we ni mo Kofi Job money others be more system ni
I'm told it's a Rango Kofi Job Joe Shop mo
baby na mo nyina. They are all called deputy minister now constituency. Alasan Suhini. Omo incorporated in January 2025.
I don't know say the workers here but also I engage media and I say ejuma oye the whole world them so the workers for
the point is say companies will ma when say we ejuma to a certain level so do tier 1 and tier 2 grade 1 and grade 2 Kofi Job more than grade 1 because omo records company only record be as why you find that what you say na company na ba say on the workers here for also man a contract 150 something million Ghana cedis. It doesn't make sense. Okay, to be our procurement as a Caribbean. Or tia
I know na president abem a call for this document.
On chairman assembly see the bian can say any my call for audit and I'm a call for report. I don't can say audit service and value for audit into the figures.
Yeah.
You see kind of yes sir. It's a scandal you raising issues about it. Was open report from the ministry. Ministry now no yeah na no. One can say auditor general call the figures as a mark of spending. What's the president not calling for a value for money audit into these figures instead? So the right questions the president is not asking them. Right questions also so musayo. And change nowadays. Ordinam.
Ebia Kesken document no kopie anymore. He will be asking these questions. I will come once.
Document beg him and copy him. Me pese be creating impression say. The na ministry ni yen na no agboja kwame agboja na tena ho. And ordinary pay ye abra cabinet any hu bi. It can never be possible. No minister can spend so much of this. I will catch up the cabinet in your way. Cabinet chaired by the president. And see.
But ebia singly contract you know, one by one say the president in the actually but ebia they will give him a fair idea. Dumbo.
President will also boost certain questions.
Value for money audit or pay these documents.
But is it possible say project na project no there's no value for money audit or cost benefit analysis.
Never done.
Of it to an project and they must say
you would expect.
Okay.
Project
okay.
You would expect.
Okay. Okay.
That should be done. But looking at these figures,
you better value project be the cost be involved.
That's why I'm saying that ordinarily. But when you're going in public service, so that means sometimes we cook the reports.
Hey. No, sometimes
we cook the report.
Maybe there's sometimes.
That's sometimes.
It's let's go according to.
So you exhibit the ignorance of asking this question. Look at why you do a public because I do a public service Buddha.
And tomorrow could be better.
Let's say my year do a public. That's what I'm saying. Why you do a public service Buddha? Sometimes you know some reports are cooked. That's what I make us say. That's what I do, baby. Even a buying credit me for KPMG. So I'm value for money.
Deloitte and choose.
What I say? So look at the figure. See a cover. Oh yeah, wo. Ena a year usika. Yadi kwa dodo pepe sunkwanta roadi. Ena kwanya you in 25 million. Yes, have you kwa refer base maintenance in ekwe. Yes, have you kwa use 65 million euros. Does that make sense to you? And what?
There is no euro. All the contracts have been given in cedis.
Contract. There's one Dodo Pepe Soa is in euros. There's one of the contractor is in euros.
65 million. But the city equivalent of the money back is about 843 million. And our converter is about 65 million euros.
Dodo Pepe Soa. Dodo Pepe Soa. Pachomon Mame. Dodo pepper
and you are
so
here defending this.
Enkwanta
Which is in Delta region. You are here defending this.
Qu'est-ce que ye kwe ni mu no na ode misro ene de eno de qu'est-ce que ma mean
so my point
or about 3 minutes to land.
Now we go back to
me man 15 minutes. Me man 15 minutes. No mama Dambo so 15 minutes.
We go back to a year and summer NDC for kind. No crane say ofa Ghana mrana. So source no. But so source in the chain say juma de ruba bidina obia kra ni hu nim dia. And what you guys say oh any nipa we nkwa na hu nim dia.
Yeah.
O just na dama no. Yeah. And now say if it be single source.
Single
source no do bia what me twi one for strategic reasons we say na fama we. But based on reasons yatete no any ma minister na kan. Nothing of such. And I justify sole source and a single source no my. And this was minister Yaka in 2021 June. Say abai ntimi nya contract because of sole sourcing. And the question you say sole source me rebo my. Sanka enye sole source no my na say akwan ko maybe aka ho.
Minister said it forms about 44%,
which is also a lie
of the total contract. No? But contracting, I tell you about 107.
The minister lied.
Me bacho dodo pepper so na that's we pacho ye nyina ye
the contract 804
yes dodo pepper so nti pacho ya grace expert good
it's about 65
that is
yes o convert
yes
why shouldn't I convert
yes
why should
yankwa enim
me convert amamoro any NDC for
moro misro na on wrap up na
me convert am Ghana for ehun krono a NDC for amoro justify cause abra ye kwan no the cost was about 28 million euros and the NDC ama contract say kwan no hu ba bi atochema ye kosisi and I'm say 828,468 cities 81 pesos and no convert here and they have about 65 million euros no na say ni born I say 2 times abra ye kwan no foforo sa kwan so no mo ya doma ma kwaje ho ford no okay the Ford saga it's just what me can say
but say for no so je you know say the o say the jam
I know the culture the ethics or the man the public about oje
no or the man presidency no the man presidency yeah to aso na odisi no
how can you take a report say obi a report say report who's friend say report
value for money
my report now I catch him say we a value for money does it make sense to you
okay
the bakwa yes report you na say get meeting too no I'm serious the bakwa be say report be say am pa go spend it twice an amount
mate
what we project management
me that say
where say mistake no
me that say
the question I'm the question Dambo what Dambo
doctor question on visa question
what we project management how we say this question based on this particular example would you say what they did no a real value for money
example
the issue is that doctor is giving his view on the issues are
so your view.
So I think we should give ourselves the benefit of the doubt.
The president the benefit of the doubt.
What the thorough analysis that we can do in it after say Auditor General Nankasana
and the report and
that is what I say the president is asking the wrong questions. The question I hear Ghana for you interested in the say audit service. Yes, some contract.
Report on us be a bay next year.
Annual
audit report.
But you can make an emergency audit.
Okay.
Into the figures.
Okay.
Na figures okay. Value for money audit.
Okay, Matthias.
Not interested in that.
The Dr. Kasken Ousu Poku medana se osre kwan kakra kwa ko dijuma kakra ewo baby obede mame okwama yenua replace no yenua Gabi ono de ne sey ochire na se kire Gabi kire ohun Gabi Chere Junior. Also, so part of the NPP Ashanti Regional Communication Team. Na or replacing no.
Yeah, cause NPP do fake no na ka won yin ni. NPP nko an political party of your substitution in terms of communication. my boy dey catch me.
Moro ya twaso. Yes, that's Moro mama mra ho.
What take care mo a wontie. Campaign na wo ye no. Enye down the bit we no communications director.
Osu nua no na wo besa nya gu na de.
Nua ne Gabi. Emre bi.
No, you nua ne Kaseɛ.
Omo na o mi nua pa no emre kwa me.
Omo mi nyina so so.
Na nsa kwan enkwan pa.
Ye twaso. Na dwena sesa.
Anyway, was I coffee? Was I fear no one describing no as fake no.
Moro yanko enim. So
don't deserve fake.
So sourcing.
Na me show.
Yes, mo kasatia ya videos occurrence President Mahama Okuje Chwa Blackwa ministers ni bebrebe omo videos occurrence aden na mobile mo ye.
Na me show, ma me na wase.
The next 15 minutes.
Na me show, ma me na wase. Na me ntia ye Augustus na na kwasi wo so wotie. Still maintain chairman. Na senior
Moro kamekase na kwasi.
They claim say 107 projects no. 81 of them are so sourcing no. It's not true.
Man can say 81. According to minister, echo parliament
no. MPP for no. So and a jump is hagan.
Okay.
And since then, Omasan reverted to a different thing altogether. They are now arguing based on value for money audit.
Okay.
Unim. Omo initial, claims. And they say, I'm more opposition. Musi so sourcing yet. And I'm buyer almost contract amode ama in terms of saying your roads. No, so sourcing. That was the initial, claims. And I feel all of a sudden, that's answer. I don't wanna so sourcing. When you criticizing opposition, I'm saying, coffee. Do they actually understand where they are? Because political party should have a position on any issue, but should be constructively, projecting a nema who say enye to the good people of Ghana, because the framers of the constitution are provisional. And here say the government and for that matter, they will have their way, but minority will have their say. In criticizing government, so that government will be aware, say, but how they are doing it is a problem for everyone, especially so MPP communicate. I mean, near Gabi, the other say a so sourcing. Minya a case can say, minister and say roads,
Yeah.
And he say you're baying in tentem. And according to Kesken, PPA, Mremuno,
public procurement authority. Yeah.
I will say emergency cases. Now me say what calls for speed? Is it not emergency? Oh yeah, yeah, to swa. In futuro boy, to send Vincent Eko Asifwa, Eko na sister station so ana or say all thing is
so I mean interchange.
So omuja omu futuro. It's not an emergency situation. Are we not supposed to speed up work?
Yeah.
So that at least a be increase productivity, because you see, Gabi what you cry first, and I'm going to say what you know. So we free ho eba. Next we late to mama productions what it. Do what else you say? Akwanya yeah, and I drew baby or say twice on it's not an emergency situation. And you see, so sourcing in opposition, we never said say wrong. We said the abuse of it. Kwanya ye first abuse no. Okay, Ajenim Boateng. Former PPA boss.
Ajenim Boateng.
Contract for sale.
Yes.
Would they be man home na dofo on the girlfriends in any
freezing account.
You understand? Under the current, under the same regime, led by His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo.
Yeah. On one government now. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. And so now say, is it the fourth estate? Manasi Azuri Moana.
Exactly. They open up the destiny and we got to understand some of these things. Mumuni Baumia, Mahmoud Baumia Nya, and it's Kamiski, 82% of cocoa roads. I'm saying Chama won't me, the account of the match Chama won't me.
ɛno deɛ menim
na ko ben yɛ ti krom ase ko ben da ben no yɛ road contractor ma ho yɛ ko ben yɛ nyina yɛ nim sɛ e ba ne galamsey no yɛ campaign wo
or a small scale miner
na no so de okɔ tano no meri forest ne yɛse wo ni licenses or so de mine
ɛno so so court
nti o yɛ de
ɛno so court nti
yɛnkɔ yɛ nim mo say ko ben wo ni licenses a wɔse de mine wo hɔ
yɛnkɔ yɛ nim
masa enye wo law sem no na de be ba ho
ko yɛnkɔ yɛ nim
look they go explain sa attire
but more asema o kan ye ho na pɛ na mebusa sɛ ɛno na ama yaba bedru a point a obɛkae a na no Adom FM ye nuanom Adom FM station so don bu so obɛkae a Sampan ne Odike ekokon wo so sɛ Sampan say Odike ye ma wo contract wa anye ɛno kra ka ho bi ne ma ye MPP for ye lusu na mebusa mo sɛ Odike meti kroma say binim so Odike de sebi imprediasa there be oye otonsu or a businessman Odike Ventures it is how come Odike contract say onkoye kwan a wabra na onim say your big contractors go fi job do shop mo on ma de mo omo be ne ntem na
ta e tire de na say animu de no
wa anye na basa ye ti kromo no no na ye kobre ya anye kwan no moro so me angana me free bana
that is the abuse I am talking about.
Yes, more politicians more abuse no
we were talking
in the
about
end,
the
not residents no mo te no they are suffering
the soul sourcing and around we catch them politicians if you want to steal you go under the soul sourcing contract at the end
na wako steal
you see etwetwetre bi asra ya na
adinti na wakasa
omu wie ya no mo dane argument no mo se soul sourcing no eyemra no na omu kan emfa no mo dane no mo se value for money
MPP for no
fa ayino to we no to ayino so
ya grace bacho fato sumame
omo ye no under MPP government eye Bantima roads now pothole patching sectional repairs and resealing of arterial roads in Oforikrom, Bantima and Subin.
The war phone is how the my man care the to screen so then come on come on easy. For my Dominic.
My man send my Dominic.
Send my Dominic see no mon fan to screen so as you read
exactly.
A document free here.
Oh, authentic community what here obetimi agogo no wahu ni nyina it is something that
is it from Ministry of Roads and Highways.
And you see there is one thing
they're supposed to come from urban roads.
There is yes, so you can go there.
Okay. Yentoaso. It's if a document in ma a Dominic na yen project was screen so na Dominic your discussion and easy my.
But the point still remains to say.
Now also Bantima Oforikrom patching of the
Maybe. I think the phone is giving me a certain problem.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Pothole patching, sectional repairs and resealing of arterial roads in Oforikrom, Bantima and Subin sub-metro. And no, 2.2 million Ghana cedis.
2.2 million Ghana cedis.
Patching.
Potholes.
Patching.
Omukotitim.
Rehabilitation of selected roads in Bantima and its environs. Phase 1, Kumase. And no, 143 million.
Minister Benes.
Me say, it is public knowledge.
Okay.
Sa roads here me bubo nyina me wi am de be ma me nua kire. Rehabilitation of selected roads in Bantima and its environment. Phase 2 Kumase. Road na ye phase 1 na 143 and we say 162. Rehabilitation of selected roads in Bantima and its environs. Phase 3 Kumase. Omo de enche ni 157 million. Rehabilitation of Adwato and Bushen, area roads. Kumase. And also 12 million. You see, value for money. Now, onfa sa the to so no.
4 first state no. Okay. Yeah, great for 4 first state the nature so
various roads where the inner roads so. Any costa or can one say. Now you see those who are experts in infrastructure, being it Aden any roads massa civil engineer. They will tell you say rehabilitating adia and answer adia. I say yayo but I say I thought that a cost for crouch and say we'll see at the end of floor.
Rehabilitation.
Yes. Look, your friend is saying I abuaji de nyansa. I sat on the same sister station with him. That time now I park was seeing them now they have voices. Oh na yemu omajuma. Anna what T and China MPP ni no so T and China make catches. This is the case. Now you say abuaji de nyansa. Na juma o ye pan construction.
Yeah.
What I was so engineer.
Yeah.
You nim your friend is saying officers are saying a more crazy one because I grass.
Yem koyenim.
Nipa na oye involved no. Kasma also ye wan.
Yem koyenim.
And it's a fact.
Bamoro among for say enter of road na prices are ye quoting no. Ebi busa say then some quote sa prices we are then a defeat economic gains na moro mo say ya making no. Say oko catch me say may ye road from Ebia Stadium ha to a friend say Angonaga Junction. Now say last year ye na at this cost. This year Miras Sania Mas Senti ye de bi ka ho a. Meanwhile ye to many more dambo your friend say petrol boako form cement boako form iron rods boako form inflation as at today $3.2. We don't expect these prices to go up.
Value for money audit. Who stands in between the non-neutrals? Any auditors? Has anybody audited anything to say? Yes. You don't have any proof to disprove it.
Matthias, but
you don't have any proof to disprove it.
Yeah, the last year, the previous government,
experts will tell you say. And then upa for expert in construction. Obeka say, and then ye German si wa sabi yenye ho hwe e si adru length.
Ye wo kwaye ne foforo so.
Na me fan say wo go to foundation. At times it costs more than wo go to foundation yen foforo.
Me no ya adwene. There are some.
What are we talking about?
Ubugu ina oye ne foforo kran keye.
Swame interchange. Esi wo say
so mujamo 23 projects. Modiaka big push no. 23 projects.
So sourcing. Let's put that.
Yes, and also see so sourcing. So I mean interchange ye so sourcing MPPA na omo ede ema. Now this year no.
Eti me this year ni America nyina na say. Look. MPP for no the usual politics. They send them in etina here or kasa or communication director.
Kesken.
Inti wan hwe bia nwumu a ye nhu se kesken so aba. Gabi betina hase ya obedi kesken ade. Ono ye mana frafranto kro timi hohoro. Akoya aboya o fly.
Oko movement.
Frafranto a ye di nsuo kan kra nka sabi na nka na ntabai. Aye Gabi etimi hohoro ho. Ebo ame we. Afanto
moro fesi
afanto no boa
fesi me that say didn't moro
this year the American na say let them do the usual politics but let us be fair to the president. Let us commend the president. What say I sat in cabinet. I've oversaw all things.
Yes,
there are more kind of many ebi ana different things has occurred. Into Monsan famra na me said the enu ana esan kwa abontina. And that is a hallmark of a good leader.
Oh yes.
Until let us give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Akufo-Addo kra also a consistent. One Alhaji Mahmood.
The okika kawase the microphone adum. Abusafo ndi the moro Yakubu oye part of the NDC communication. Odiesi mame ko dambo ho. Mame enko dambo ho no mo. Asema na okika kawane eche. Mate me dase. Dambo mame entie o. So sourcing ene MPP score menka ne say obo person mo equalize ene me bia akoso previously. Ebi so feel say he who he whose come is equity come with clean hands so there. NDC yes mo call for saniama we nyina say enye enne mo ba ye say obi kra ka say a minister to me ko jan parliament ka say 44% of the total contract and then yes so sourcing now mama tell yenya ne day Mesremo Gabi ni moro Mesremo
media the chromo petty parochial partisan politics any unnecessary political equalization
nambo mo ne CPP for no mon kamom na ma ji ade ni freeway mo nsem
bia ya bedru
mo a strong third force think emfa mamo
if you are talking about political parties in Ghana, the strongest third force will be the PNC. From 92, there's no political party. What you mean, for massive political fortunes more than the PNC under the Fourth Republic. We NDC and NPP through.
Since 92.
From 92, under the Fourth Republic. Wow. Political fortunes. And
PNC.
I'm telling you, there's no other political apart from the NDC and NPP. And you know, so we are the only surviving third republic, you know. PMP,
PNC.
When they're talking about our political history, PNC, General Branding, and the only thing they say, we would have to work our ass out so they will attract you to know.
Yeah.
And I think gradually Ghanaians are coming to accept say a third force, and if there's any third force, viable, vibrant, I think is the PNC. Okay, baby, I be NDC and MPP. We move to political cannibalism no more yada. We so we na moro so we na kaskan so we na minu so to so what you say. And no more o man in chechire no. I say omu dona e political party ni no. Eso more than o mine e dono, but I think say politics should be about say you be din share be betimi abo ama o man de betimi atumpo enti moro de MPP de NDC de that's what they will always continue to do, but the attend say so sourcing so sourcing I am ra kwan so I am ra
yes
whether we like it or not
yes
emra kwan mu
obetima ye
so sourcing na e ka so sourcing na e bi no montiase and they say on my moon contract be a better near Casa contract no we dear due to the emergency situation na or and I say it be a security and I say strategic concerns been anka yenji a particular vendor and I say company na ke emphasize duma die ni maso enti wo hwe nkasa na e koso ne enema e koso na MPP is trying so much to almost score equal political points because under their regime, NDC criticized most of the contracts of the mass source. And NDC so almost MPP did more and they had 44% pay. And even if it was 100%, you had about 44% any minister but so sourcing other people and also other school of thought that are criticized high risk and a recipe for corruption. And to Abrebiana amongst raise the issues of say opesa obo kronua and our so source in mana. But what I would say is say you did say so sourcing mwa or minor. We should begin to amend our laws. Because every contractual agreement you should go through competitive bidding. Because the Giants are always get the MPP and NDC delving deep into the soul source and any
scrap free.
We are having a premature conversation about this soul source project. If you go to the Rose Ministry, Abuja can defend say agricultural soul sourcing because there are certain contractor who did say you can say enco value for audit any
competitive bidding
yes feasibility studies na that na competitive bidding the span of the project.
A bit 7 months, a bit a year.
Maybe also a problem na a down eso. And the Argentina young go through single source procurement. Said we bit me abua fast track processes. Or bet me a defend. But why you bet me who say
or exercise that particular judgment no interest of the country as then auditor general about all the various contracts no aka say contract we say no nanka I was say a year 50 million by the command 70 million. That's where we can rope in the corruption allegations here and there. As it stands now, no, I think that it's a premature conversation, and I try say you better target with that kind of corruption because maybe you can be found that. But if you anchor. Yeah, challenging all the contracts. There are elements of corruption. Nanke, yeah, challenging at the law quarter because as America, it must follow regulatory guidelines. So guidelines, procedure, regulatory procedure and guidelines. Why don't you go to court? Mamrana or Nina say, you did say to me for maybe court name go ya, but be a bit seeking for justice. And as if there is no fairness, the only place that you can seek for justice is the law court. And I think it's a premature conversation, and I also do agree, say, so sources no, but as on mine, if you think, say, so sources no, akwe kotobe kumuma. And as let's all come together and ensure say amend the laws and strictly by competitive bidding. But I don't think say in this age and time you better make say contracted maybe through competitive bidding and but the corruption aspect and also there MPP in a certain way they are justified. The attorney say most of these contracts, say the MPP for the contract, the more cronies, through nepotism, and favoritism, and Kofubi or Mujidis aligned to them. Almost single who praises on the contract. Now, Workers and Picotana, Obo, Odike, now a bill contract is Miko political party chairman. Sasuno Musu Ejidi say. This was where the area Oko Upper West are certain persons bidding. Yes. Say a party chairman the contractor. I don't have a problem. Say Obi a NDC. Even under NDC government, MPP chairman be or what the requisite resources and as expertise will be to me a year jumano. Ye the juma man many problem. But say nipa no ebe adwumadia na oye no obeye shoddy work na at the end of the day no e de o mine ba akoto akam no and o se yehwe but so obeye professional in the discharge of his duties e de ne sin ho kwan so e Ghana ni se contract bi won o se de man na yamfa ma so what I say enti obi aye Ghana ni na irrespective of PNC or CPP, MPP, and this Abambia was to be ano, so meeting all the requirements of what's the contract to Bennett. But it shouldn't be a recipe for corruption. So the idea a contract to be acquired be the man for offer the coin so or 5 minutes so not to say the contract now it doesn't make sense. So what I say, but the hard to say. If we say a party for an anchor, the contract moment, anchor omu jumano naked yomu jinambrania. Akasanya money in the better. And I'm saying we are not subjecting them to the punitive sanctions of the laws on internet. Abrebiano or Mudu say, my year Juma, I'm a party about Bemu, and this said, my dear woman, Timmy Gwenny Biara. It's a dano then a choir was a 30 years, a quan so taught within 6 months, 8 months, then soon a running in our call. But I dear Bakwasa, I'm a pan and say. Utimus a major road be the baby. Or minor, young planning. Just failing to plan is planning to fail. Yeah. Utimus a quite be the baby, a quite Kaseɛ major road. You can't acquire a quite Sampete. And acquire a major road, a car, a heavy duty tractor. Now we're in a Sampete. A bit design, a lasting. So what I say, and say, yeah, planning near Kaseɛ ABR. A macro to offense. Yeah. So I we say no. A better key 2 years. Not yet planning within 2 years and you better make a quanya yen. Dan say a better short work within 6 months. I quite so I one am swa. We better make the traffic more than 4 hours. When you affect productivity. And me so no so no. The attorney say so be a MPP ni or be a NDC ni near the contract man. What I say you call competitive bidding. Corruption. They call competitive bidding criminal corruption BC. Now mom they a contract but you man at them. And you question them near Kaseɛ you choose your preconceived mindset say nana ya abo amane ye de contract we be mana obi betima be esesa no enti you make sure say you de mra be ye adwuma
sure
enti obi e NDC ni o MPP ni no fa kwan bone so no odi dwuma ye ma mra ne ni enti etena biem no onya adwuma na onye no kwan bone so ye tell say whether we like it or not the president has exercised good judgment so all ka say Yankini Nansani and Famra. They analyzes these contracts in company shows leadership.
But contractors need to be credit can mobilize a cost site or more. It
doesn't matter.
Contract need be man.
Oh, but is it the first time you hear contracts more my money? But maybe say you can mukrampa.
Judgment debt.
Has there not been times, sir? Contract bill yakoye renegotiation.
Oh yeah.
Yes. A contract with yadema 50 billion.
Yeah.
But yakoye cost benefit analysis for audit money no.
Yeah.
Yeah, who say contract and you say the 50 billion. So either we are going to renegotiate or we cancel the contract.
Okay.
E chanu so betimi aboa.
Me know ya.
But me did say contract bi wo ho a me did say a critical contract. Contract bi wo a emergency say the nyina e kana. Anko fo anko cabinet. Nako omo discuss at cabinet level. Nako omo nyina no enya aware say contract be say na eba. So the buyer when there is a furor, then the presidency wouldn't have to come in and say you have a contract and enfam that. Especially a contract raking about billions of Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Lives are at stake. And one thing they say, Nana, I don't know a second contract ni be there. We are there, it has to go through source.
Yes.
Contract ni be
was a party for ni be so yes sort you
media yes sort to party for no. Yes,
so betima ye adwuma na.
Betima ye adwuma I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
But one ye adwuma ni ye so dia.
O se mra ni di.
Emra ni di.
Yeah, me know.
And say the Ghana obia political party. Obia ye sympathize with political party.
Obia won interest.
So what I say, the moment now you drag politics into some of these things, now ama administration above from. And we say almost a public administration dichotomy now. You separate politics from administration. But also politics and administration are inseparable. But they here pan say professionalism must be at stake. Obia baby or ya you making sure say in the exercise of discretion or be exercising a crime biswa and crime bonus ever boy or mine.
No correct. Me that say the Robert Dambo the Asante Regional Secretary of PNC and yet in Gabi. So comedy
I'm saying 2 minutes bite beer.
Okay, 2 minutes. Now 2 minutes of year. Name call fallout. Me sure some fallout from Public Accounts Committee sitting no. Munina ma follow. Yeah. Menim some more DH kakra. In 70 bia APP eba. At least ye nyina aso man. We the politicians no mudi bem. Ya na de nyina be bom say mo na say mo ye corrupt wa bro so but the APP free Public Accounts Committee sitting e bi wono ma abote sempa na yete no
o ka say politicians we dey mudi bem e bo wa
ba ni nyina so
but there is complicities there
mate na minister so say the way abeto anim na wa sign
complicities man we say anya say
dambo me no ya adwene Gabi ma mintie o the next 2 minutes
Nana I'm say ye share or baby
no correct
paper na matna wonim for the first time and in fact this is my first time in your studios mama baso I've been in the party for a very long time you know I've always had
I
want to set this straight so far yamam rana the procurement laws are Act 663 a procurement law na and as an act na. In fact, let me state categorically say sole sourcing is not the main law. It is just an exception to the main law. So for act now, the original intent of the framers of that particular law, a competitive burden is the foundation, is the default.
Public account. Public Procurement Act. Okay.
663. Okay. In fact, the ideal move of procuring for any service or goods a competitive tendering. So in exceptional conditions under agency and I allow that window per section 40.
Okay.
Say you can go for
Single
Even
single
after
source.
you know
Single
source. But
source,
it doesn't say
yeah.
bro for
Yeah, and lawyer Bedu can one
so we
sem.
have
No, it's-
sole
it's-
sourcing.
no. it's the same
Also
thing.
act no.
Act
You
no.
really act no hano.
Single source.
Single source.
Single
But
source.
yes,
So you
yes,
understand?
yes.
So the chairman say it is not the penultimate. A very little window. Now you see, nyame kopon kwan no kwafo. Hwɛ, yeah, said not Dr. Keskin can. And ye njina baby and can draw say so source and illegal. And a chess illegal, what will be the provision of section 40 in the PPA Act?
Yeah.
But you see, sometimes we don't hide behind the provision of a law. What was the NDC's narrative? You see, and some about Trada can no the Kofa, no Buafa, no Siafa. Also, Moro was not even specific as to what is the position of their party right now. The idea you never can win and say, send no be MPPA, na Ghana for action on us. Na se Ghana who done the day na ya komaso. Na MPP for a moment, ye die ye chia ya Ghana for action as wokukumoti power. Says argument idea na enyenti, ye met ne na company for so say dua amanse adie wo no ntakumo ntrase enkoto kwa na so nkogya asem frama
No correct.
Enipa ba ko de na no tum edi nkomo no ya edi anyeye ane ahomete hye Ghana for akomo against MPBS and Bigemfi tina was also 360.
What did he say?
Miemu na MP na kufa no crofo kakra bi na omo chinchim na omo nko e fa
na so abusing the
Moro. What constitute that abuse?
And he said it.
He say
go through
Moro Mesro na
first degree. Civil engineering. Highway engineering was one of my specialties in my final year in Gain West engineering.
And then now we law.
I practice.
Okay.
Moro me admo biara yo. So you don't know. You see, how on earth can you tell me that rehabilitation projects in roads constitute agency under PPA Act? It's nonsensical. How? Rehabilitation works will not constitute emergency. See, because of rehabilitation in highway dealings are HSN. You see, said the name can every road be a design we design for a span.
That you be expanded.
And ye design when it comes to design, you can design a drawing, a mathematics. The chance okay, ye design a corner span 15 years. Is it a feeder road? Is it an urban road? Is it a highway? And you acquire what type the same you say, car can say, acquiring beer on you my own. Anything ye silly be bitumen, ye silly be asphalt, and ye be rigid pavement. So it was not for any reason to come and chroma motorway no rigid pavement. There was a reason for that. Because it's a major highway connecting two countries. A cross-border trans. So you hear a higher durable road a bit more for the loadings because it's more or less like a cargo highway. People don't know, relax. The president calling for probing into this no. A afterthought. I feel no say Ghana for because the sector minister sat on Joy News, told the world that the presidents are aware. Sene and the agency, I don't person my nyina so na Ghana for ne wona wotie enumere enten say under their said agency no. Your phone is okay, dey person say emra no. Afei agency dey enti ye call nie. Okay, Mr. Boama wo competences no. Me nua secretary or competence, but Mr. Boa manim the name fidie or one be content them. Then we will be want to not go into competitive from Mr. Boama. Why? How can you tell me that a company that was incorporated just 1 year has the experience and the tenacity to do roads for Ghana?
They didn't the Garbage Junior or yeah part of the NPP communication team and Moro. Mame Emra Honomo fallout from Public Accounts Committee almost sitting on more year and a special prosecutor say when young cancel ne Nadia no entry maningu so yamana entina honomo na or say mu politicians mutini diaze or an enemy muti office ni dia no obey tamfo obey enemy amam.
Gabi actually say
oh ni call Public Accounts Committee
just 1 second. Road construction does not fall under any emergency. No, so road construction is not part of
also rehabilitation.
No, please. Road construction is not part of rehabilitation. We don't rehabilitate roads.
We do.
But do you know what is he talking? You see, what Kasabi
Oh no,
Moro.
It's a public accounts committee sitting.
Gabi, by a man 2 minutes, a man 2 minutes, and I understand they say rehabilitation do not fall under emergency.
Or 3 minutes ago, public accounts committee.
Now,
Miss Remo.
Say, Edua Ntakuma Tanasi Ewo, Anansi Wonyade, Ontonko Ase. Nedua Bena, I. What now? So ya will count once a week. Said you are walking. At the end of the day, you're watching. You see, for resetting. And you're managing now, you're for. Now, our president was say, I sat in cabinet. Yes, I knew. When I sat in cabinet, Gabi, TMI,
Gabi,
was say, I sat in cabinet. I saw everything. But say complaints say we chira omo ye Ghana for. Let me give them that audience. Let them prove to me say there is something etwetwe Why are we not giving me the benefit of the doubt?
Public Accounts Committee.
Oh, 8 years here would the free muko for front ya was na de buy.
Public Accounts Committee Moro.
Now Public Accounts Committee Eyamare who mu pa the rehabilitation of Accra International Conference. Is it conference center? Yeah. Hey, this is much.
Yeah, Black Star Square. Yeah, Mama, Black Star Square.
Yeah, the whole bit this is much.
Yeah,
you use 25 million.
Fanko CCO.
Meanwhile, no crown. Yam Fanny. They call Eastern region. But the point still remains. Civil servants, you know. Who you say complicity count there, but you who more actually. Your mom now a park and also born on America. Politicians in your dear and Tiana your home. Now, park here, chair unim. Ghana phones were told I am a duo mohoyao. Yes, a boy a dick to a beer. Yeah, you fugu triania. Politicians. But civil servants, they so what should be?
The Anopema Mecrade, no mean who they make the Defense Ministry, Public Procurement Director, no. Our Koto or I saw what lands and natural resources.
On your politician,
Ministry, or to 6 cars.
On your politician,
or the 48 billion. Ekoto, a Suzuki, Vitara. I don't pay a TSC and I'm a farm phone. I'm saying, price of Sakano. The only board didn't cry at 3.3 billion.
Civil servant too. And at times, I will share government agencies. Civil servants now. Yes.
We also did 7 years for Defense Ministry. And then now call lands.
Obenya reassignments, dear dreams, politician about 4 years. I want to hear crowd, one buying be 2 years. But on be bossa. But I am disappointed in Ghana.
You're disappointed in Ghana?
Yes, we are civil servants in the sense that Omuyempe Omuna crucify politicians na crucify Omuntino. They will go scot free. Young Kaibu, we
Public Accounts Committee had directly said the Attorney General should prosecute him. The majority chief whip call for the interdiction immediately.
I hope it is done that way to serve as a deterrent to other people.
Yeah.
Because they are hiding behind politicians.
It's true. And so as on Fahuadena he doesn't care.
Look, technocrats no. They are abusing their expertise. They know and they know more than anyone else. Sure, politicians are core institutions, our minds and sure, you will learn from them. Exactly. And how you will learn? Yeah, the phones asses
Matimoro.
But at the end of the day, you are at the time, what about your house? And the
Mokakra Mate. Mate. Nidinde Moro Yagobu na Motenga. Robert Maminti, Public Accounts Committee sitting in fallout, the APP.
Robert. Public Accounts Committee. This time I'm hearing no. Me am hold dom kakra nti me nya me ho hwe.
Okay.
By kakra bi am chancing on Edem Agbana. Then
yes.
Defense Ministry or some. The chance of mama we have made corruption so attractive to the extent say obia no ehun is on fan ho nshem because it is the easiest route to be a rich man in this country and also to be rich in this country. We are not leading and living by example. And to obia ehun say a kwan obefa so obenya no hotam and say obefa koti kwan so because at the end of the day no ofo koti kwan so no nya no hotam krampo na emrebia ni because our laws are not biting. If our laws are biting Public Accounts Committee say hu duma emrese ni emfie bebre ni ye betena se ne aparoto sansem we nyina within a short period of time na sansem ni na akwakwada abra ye nya ho anu yi. I think some years ago I indicated say I've never been an advocate for the Public Accounts Committee. If you are having audit service at the various ministries and departments, now at the end of the day corruption is spiraling and yentimi enya anu yetimi audit. You will say a chief auditor you try to come millions of Ghana cedis at the end of every month. Na otimi audit na yentimi ense charge amount for enyo musica. Na yentimi mputu omu under the laws of Ghana. It's a clear indication say we are incentivizing corruption.
Ministry department bia wo mo internal auditors o mo yesa na ema we nyina ansa na
we are incentivizing corruption. So I'm not surprised say abibia na ekotena se na yiwe economy for ana akoshia anu mudi nkomo at the end of the day no o meje o allowances o bi o masa anu team but sa routine issues we say na betoso na akoso sa until say you begin to put people under bars. I remember in the 2020 elections honorable David Apasara and a presidential candidate.
David Apasara.
Okay, say a man for we engage in such corrupt deals. Deals na anka yam subject to a to firing squad. Anka ya be nipa 1 or 2
Yenkokumo.
But do unim unza say yenkokumo. But you are in this country, people are engaging in corruption, stealing billions of Ghana cedis. A month for woo at the various hospitals. They are dying over preventable diseases. Abra wo eka a month for crop yentimi nya duro emfamomu. Enkraman eka a month for yentimi nya. I don't know indirectly a month for through corruption. But when they direct na yachi nipa na office ka kese no a osi okobonu tu onu za yodin. So what I say, banka ujiri say anka ya master that courage. Nanka ubia wako koti kwanso adi omani sika wa robo omani of its future. Nanka ye boni pa ba kutua unimite pa dudu anka umesesa.
Robert we ani akwakwa abuse.
Enti yan trase abuse no unim ethics na unim say we say no civil servants say they are guarded by ethical principles.
Yes.
And so are they going by their ethics? If they are violating the ethics now, why can't we subject them under such punitive laws? So what I say, if you are subjecting them under them, and Kabomu say, Omamu and Katene Sembe Yedma, I prefer for no Dawson. Even Omu, na say you suffer crampa, or dimi. What I say, Kobna, a duboat and a Kobna, a dujam feels a one. Yenis idea no. Ono Okuta, a Trekonkron. A Trekonkrona, who didn't Juma. Ono krompo bokronu edi nipa ba ko o konkrata so nipa mi no enti sa nipa bi se na odi sa adwuma bi se wan fa na mfa mra kwan so a uru nipa dodo obetete omu uru nipa dodo obe encourage o ma engage in corrupt acts no enti me de yen lead by example me kai mire bi atwa me kai some article bi former president President Nkrumah ya de yacht any munyama bre no engage in corrupt deals no for contract ni na wanje enti say yempa info no mu di eso no a o manya akwanya enipa ebire nim nyansa ho enipa ebire
uti na yeye
no anya saa kwan de o hye no enti me dia me nua
Mate Robert.
Sure say embrano. Ye di be ye adwuma. E di mbrani ye adwuma. At the end of the day, man bi we nzi. Ye go trans say e public accounts committee.
Mate, Gabi ma memra wo hono mo public accounts committee any fallout DPP ba. Gabi.
Menya akonya ahwebia tie ɛyɛ asefem na ɛsa reho na ɛsɛ time onse minimum moral cancel bi em sɛ mpanifo sɛ dodo ani so do so takracha ya ɛsa manwofo na da bia na yaso gya agu om so but minimum ma mefa wonko 2020 covid buy no ho and ma me hu sɛ the average Ghanaian is corrupt.
The average Ghanaian
covid buy no na ma me hu sɛ so market women how are no more ton gari ni moko.
Yeah.
Because COVID be queen no mask na ba ko yeseng because obi asuro wo capitalize on that afi menua Ghana phone nchiri corruption so wonya bi ani na oye hu dede so if a Ghanaian doesn't become a beneficiary of corruption who know dede
okay
but in the DNA of the Ghanaian
so odibidi a no akana no atum din
I didn't na make asa so wo hwe public account committee hearing ni bia wo se be fem institutional or internal audit I didn't see. Everyone up there. So wanna make sure that the right things are done when it comes to our financial standards. I don't know the chief accomplice. On one wrote project adore. So the vice chairman was like, my friend was there now was there make mama now wipe it through him 2 minutes. And the guy was still laughing. Why? Because said now I mean, there is an unseen hand. It's a cabal. Say you see, it's a grand cabal because they are the shadow politicians in the setup. I'm telling you, those people are politicians.
Oh yeah,
they are the shadow politicians.
And almost also connected.
Well, very. Chief Director here, you free Minister of Defense to Natural Resources.
No, a procurement director.
I'm the Admiral beaten in China, but you see the guy is like, hey, Charlie, Nidimina just a mental case. How on earth? And I'll go to Suzuki car, Suzuki Vitara. Semi tobacco baku 6. Yes, a pickup was there be SUV.
Or say the mini SUV
crowd. Was me 6. Clearly, he wasn't even sure. Yes, so they share documents in the country was me 6. 6 in our thought and say 4.8 million. It is kind of 48 billion. Yeah, for actually a small investigation. So what 6 in Abuma? It will not cost more than 2.8 million and 28 billion. But look at the boldness. Why? And last year. In a setting like this, last year, honorable Pikemoteso. Headmaster, on verify ghost names about Obiawo. There was a death.
Otio Mokano.
It doesn't matter, Minister Secretary.
Yes.
It is becoming like a routine. Young team.
Bako crowd there, Onwa Yeni Biko Bonsa. Send him send Panewu. And so still no to any Panekama among folk who is Kennedy.
Baby, I'm a Ruby in politician. The scenario of Adam. And in fact, and then the
common normally I told screen is
when a man
yes.
You see, Adam case it was very unfortunate.
Adam
was very unfortunate because under said committee, no matter Adam's age, he represents a constituency.
Yes.
And this our small boy, any boy comments, I condemn it. Very unlaw. In fact, Adam asked one of the most sensible questions on the committee on the day. A procurement officer at the Ministry of Food, but I can say, I costing 19 million cedis.
Yeah.
It is 190 billion. You went to a party for the narrative was that party for preventment. Then we have to come clear on who the supposed
party for no year.
All because they see a trouble year. Party for Russia. So the question becomes.
Hey, a more worth 190 billion.
And some na
party for no me say. And omokoze say.
We never need an aboma.
Ne ka say ya famu I worth 190 billion. Say here Kumasi Sports Stadium ana me ba.
And nothing I make a say. Party for the fund. These supposed public officials, they are politicians in disguise.
Yeah.
The only difference between a woman is they are not frontiers. They said videos war space my other politically exposed people. They are the most dangerous in the setup. Because Obi catch him say, "Oh, me for to me for say, oh, the nature of what you do, come then come yanka share chire." Every institution, those people, they are many done. the frontier politicians.
Then
I will side with Minya Secretary. China. Those laws exist. You can't take the state penny. 1 year and ground in fact. You can't. Let me tell you something. Do you know why every young person is trooping into politics? Because of the Molume Article 71. Any this corrupt nature of our state. Because nobody questions corruption. Only teacher ni been an child there. You be fan MC. Was he dying? Was he dying?
Was he mansions?
Point this no say nya konosa. Nti pepe be na makrache for form. Ti papa bi em say middle school leave certificate. Say BC cry evidence na ba ko so dia kakra. May he so rest in peace papa Oshaman. And obey DMC overnight. Go and see the worth he created for himself. It happened on Abu Abiosu.
Mate.
There were incidents I impounded government cars. Government car would you know you impounded because of some of these things.
Mate.
So it tells a lot about our framework. It is stringent laws. Because I need to be in himself me couple of 2 minutes may once I come up with this Sami Jemfinya Jumada. Why ye Samuel Kunya Jumada. Why ye once I come on Bonnie when I'm Mudi.
Na ma aye so attractive my boys no. No ko. Mate. Gabi me time aso.
Emma or my sika 1 person crying on ka bo the people who are willing to serve the nation.
Mate me da say there somebody who make cancer ko a public accounts committee na chinchini a o reply there be reply Gabi ti nyankopon yadoma there be me time aso Mr. me time aso Mr. mo News team Nijina wachi heya nti Mr. Omoba. Observe yadamase. Mote Dr. Keskido Usupukunka Ashanti Regional NPP Communication Team oka home and opese obey the Regional Communications Director of NPP. Dambo na se oni wo campaign ma mo. Mate. Mr. For maminya me birthday wishes na menko. Yes. Maminya birthday si na menko. Happy birthday to Sedu Kabori and Kebedu. Sedu Kabori and Kebedu. Yes, say minim zamu yenta for there. But sports team no we TV. Sports team no say yan wish mo a happy birthday, a glorious birthday. So tell mo happy birthday. And Minister Kwame Jedu come. And your birthday oh. Mesi wonyum no de medama eni onyam ka nyame egwama ode free owumo ode sie na hintabia enyum no yana menhye dan kai papa so bare me de pa kwa me nyame nsira wate Minister Kwame Jedu abrante ne ne de nyame wonhyira onim si to bo ho obaba na ye ofe we every Owia TV nyina ane food for thought na liberty conference for nyina akonto man hene ya dubu ache so ma happy birthday engosra no so ho na ene no so nyankopon tim na nye demo so ho na nwom ne to ha na flies kwa menyame enhyira absa for edema sia se nyankopon ya do mechina ye besa so no mo hia sports Mrs. Sports team news team no esum atwa so ede efri hase yedama